Oh shit. Here we go again.
Hello and welcome out to this week's edition of the Gamers Council. I'm your host, WEBDAVE, along with my co-host, the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hargeet Chani.
Hey everyone. Well, we had some fun this week. We had a couple of shows. Some good stuff going on. Maybe some hardware coming out.
Maybe a few things to talk about this week, huh? Just a few.
Yeah.
A few events, few things dropped. Holly, that blue number. We're so happy to have you here. Welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me back, Dave.
Oh.
It's nice to see you guys. I think I've seen Hargeet once or twice in the last day or two.
It's like savoir-faire. He's everywhere. I love it. I love it. Yeah. It's like instead of Where's Waldo, it's Where's Hargeet. Maybe. All right. We got a lot to talk about. And yes, Gaming Forte is going to join us here in just a little bit. He is actually closing up shop, as it were, because, he's a GameStop manager as well. And he is going to be heading home. And once he gets nice and safe and all powered up, he's going to jump on with us. So never fear. He will be here in just a little bit. So welcome, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us. We already got 58 people here watching us live on YouTube and on X. So thank you all so much for joining us. And so we're gonna get into it today. We have a few things to talk about. It's big week in gaming, setting up for what's going to be a big holiday season, I think. And I have a feeling that the Game Awards shows are this year, especially the Keighley Awards, are going to be probably a don't miss event from things in the ether. Just saying. So if that's the case, we're going to be there for that. Holly, if you don't mind, tell us what you've been watching or what you've been playing. What's going on in your world?
Well, I'm watching Invasion. Is anybody else watching Invasion on Apple TV? Oh my gosh, it's so good. I love that show. Yes, it's in its third season. And then Alien Earth just wrapped up, which I'm a massive Aliens fan. So I thought it was really, really good. I thought the end went quite a little bit in the way that I didn't want it to, but not in a it didn't fall off. It was just okay, all right, but 85% of the show was just chef's kiss. Is so good. But I've been playing tons and tons of Borderlands, and I've been playing Baby Steps. I just finished streaming my second episode of Baby Steps a couple hours ago. So everybody who made fun of the game, they should go watch my streams and see what you think. It is definitely a rage bait game, but it's not like one of those, like, I can't stand the ones where you start and like you have to finish in one go, or you just restart the beginning and keep going. Those are not my jam. I won't do it. And this one has like quantifiable progression. Like the main story, I think you could actually just do it if you're not even very good at like rage bait games, right? Like the real ragey stuff comes on the side mission stuff, but it's way more fun than I thought. I thought it was going to be a little bit of a gimmicky thing, right? And sure, it is a little. It's gimmicky. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely gimmicky, but it's actually fun. Like I'm like, I can't wait to play this again. Like it's so weird, but it was $18. Well worth it, if not a little bit more, I would even say. So anyway, that's my endorsement for Baby Steps. But Borderlands 4 is fun. It's Borderlands. I don't even know what the story is. I'm just playing the missions and going around and shooting things and trying to get new guns and et cetera, et cetera. I think it's got a little bit of issues with loot. Little disappointed with the loot system, but otherwise it's just a very Borderlands game. And when you haven't had one in several years, it's nice to be able to jump into something new.
Nice. Well, I'm excited to actually watch your baby step footage.
I do rage for a while. There's some pretty strong curses at one point, and well, multiple points, but and if I wasn't playing on stream, I would not have the patience that I have. But for some reason, when you're playing and other people are watching you, you don't like all the way go nuts, right? Like it's good. Anyway.
So you're saying there's a cap to your pain and frustration that you'll put out there to everybody.
You have to keep it somewhat respectable when it's being recorded, right?
Oh no, you don't. You can let your freak flag fly, as it were.
Well, I did.
It's cool.
I did run into a character today that showed it was a male character with full frontal nudity. So there you go. If you were. I was very surprised. I was not expecting that.
Alrighty then.
Yep. That's baby steps, bro. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, well, apparently we do now. Alrighty then. And on that note, Hargeet, what have you been watching, playing, or flopping around, playing around with? I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry.
Well, I've been playing a little bit of Borderlands, and I finished Dance of Death to Lock and Fae. But I've not played Baby Steps because I don't have a PlayStation, and I guess it is on PC though. Right?
I'm playing it on PC. I'm playing it on PC.
Yeah, and so it's like whatever. I don't know. I just have so many games in my backlog that I don't know.
I got you.
Yeah, and it could very well be a fun game. Whatever. It's a 9
man.
right?
It sounds like it's got to be a lot of fun.
75.
It beat Ghost of Yote on the IGN scale. So.
Well, there you go. Well, according to some people, it's one of our topics for a little later. Maybe that's not so hard to do. I don't know. Maybe some of the what's what I'm looking for, Hargeet, accusations are that maybe some of the numbers have been kind of over inflated, as it were, as far as the positivity on that game. But we'll see. The gamers, the actual player scores are what haven't really hit yet. So on Metacritic. So when that starts coming in, I think that's maybe we'll get a better truth be told kind of thing. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Right now it's got pretty good scores. We'll get into that a little later too. Yes, Gaming Forte will be with us in just a little bit. Getting ready to put up a poll here in just a second. Hargeet, looking at some of the topics that we have, and we have quite a few things. We had let's just cut to the chase on some of this just to let you know. We're going to be talking about the Tokyo Game Show. Your thoughts on that? We got the Sony's State of Play and what was revealed there. Let's see. And then, of course, there was a few surprise trailers and also the console, the handheld ROG Ally is finally available for pre-order. Sold out. Jess Gordon says that don't worry, there's more going to be coming in, so reservations will kick back in for a lot of people. But I want to get that poll going as here for just a second. But Hargeet, I'm gonna let you figure out what topic where you would like to go first.
A simple one. Let's talk about Doug Bowser stepping down, retiring after whatever tenure he's had for the Nintendo arena. It's kind of interesting that that's happening, but I don't know if you have any background on it.
I think I do. I did before my computer crashed. Let's see if I still got it handy. I didn't crash. It was kind of running sluggish. So I thought, well, I better do a restart. But if I know you have some Mario sound bites from Nintendo that you always have those.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm barely. Let's go. Yeah, exactly. As they walk him out the door. I mean. He retired.
He needs the Bowser sounds for that.
I guess we'll find the.
No.
That's a good one. Perfect.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
As long as it's not Jack Black singing that song. You know, Peaches.
Which song? Oh gosh.
What he Bowser? I'm just saying. Alrighty then. Okay, sorry. Everybody's like, "Oh, don't leave." I was just kidding. People started filing out of the show. No, we're good. We're good. Welcome out to the 100 people that are here and more coming in all the time. So thank you all so much for being here. Appreciate that greatly. And if you don't mind,
if you like this video, please hit the like button.
All right. So we'll lead things off. Hargeet, since you picked that topic, let's your thoughts on him leaving. And what do you think it says for the state of Nintendo with all their lawsuits and everything?
I mean, that's been Nintendo, right? The lawsuits thing, that's just normal Nintendo. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. This doesn't seem like a very long tenure. Reggie didn't leave that long ago, did he? I don't know. But maybe it has been long enough, and he's like, I'm just retiring. It feels like that because there's no corporate somebody else that would come down on Nintendo. Nintendo is Nintendo. So this would just be either the board saying goodbye, or he's just really retiring. And I wouldn't blame him. Like, whatever, you don't need to, at some point these guys get pretty well off, and like it's a question of when do you want to retire? And if he's done, he's done, right? So, and maybe he wants to go do other things. That's fair. Reggie left, right? And there was no animosity or anything there that I'm aware of. Reggie left them with a really good setup. He Switch was kicking butt, right? He launched that thing. It was kicking butt. He said, "I'm good. I'm out. I set you on the right path. Goodbye." And then we had Doug come in, and I don't Switch 2 is doing well. It just seems like it's not at the same place Nintendo was during the Switch era, where it had a lot of positivity going towards it. There seems to be a little bit more negativity going towards it. But I can't say that they're not doing well enough, right? They're still kicking butt. They're doing good stuff. Games are still coming out with pretty high meta scores. They're still selling consoles. It's doing okay. But the lawsuit stuff has been happening. That's Nintendo. They've been doing that throughout all the time they've been around. So I'm not going to see that as a difference. But I think the pricing is kind of the big controversy, right? The Switch came out, right price, right time, right format for what it needed to do. And Switch 2 did not meet that expectation. I understood it was going to be that way, but that doesn't mean the standard market that expects Nintendo to put a product out there, we're expecting that price. That obviously seemed to be the case. However, it's working. Let's just face facts. It's working. They're selling consoles. What else can you really say? So he's setting up somebody else to take over. So this really does feel like a straightforward, I'm just retiring. There's no I'm leaving and stuff is going to happen. No, it's here's my successor. I'm training them up now. This just seems like a very standard transition. So it feels to me it seems like he's just retiring. Just I don't see anything negative here, unless I'm missing something. Maybe there is something that I just totally missed, but it seems like he's just I'm done. I'm just like Reggie, I'm out. Have a nice day.
Yeah, it did seem kind of, you know, I don't know. I mean, he's actually been with the company for a long, long time, like 20 something years or so. But and I couldn't find my clip that I had all saved up and ready to go for the show. So I'm sure there was just an article about him leaving. And then the successor, the lady is also, she's been with the company for a long, long time. I've even seen pictures of her with Phil Spencer at other events and stuff that they were at together and stuff. So she's been in the industry, quite a while. And some people are saying that she should be doing a good job. Some people are saying it's a nothing burger. It's just it's in a good place. Time for him to retire. He's old enough to retire, and he's out the door. I mean, 5 years from now, I'm retiring from my job. Already got the date and everything ready to go. But anyway,
obviously he's a CEO level. He's well compensated. The guy's going to be well off. No issues.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So it's like, at some point you just say, all right, you know what? Let's just, play with the grandkids and let's go. Right.
Yep.
It is what it is. Right.
Exactly. So, Holly, your thoughts on this? Have you do you play the handheld as it were? Are you into Nintendo at all? Should know more about you on that one, but I'm not sure. Do you have it?
Yeah, I have the Switch too.
There you go.
Yeah, I still have my original one too. I just didn't see the point in trying to sell it.
Right.
I don't really have much thoughts on this. It's a natural progression point, I think, for him to step out, right? Because the console launched. We're a few months out of all of the rough waters from the launch. So before, next big iterations or next big problems come up, it's a good time to hand over the reins. And like Hargeet said, he's getting paid a lot of money. So, at a certain point, obviously, when you start making more money, you have lifestyle creep. It's just what happens when you start making more money. But unless you've let that get out of control, a few years at a top level position and you have more than enough as long as you're, responsible with your money to just live very, very comfortably for as long as you're here on the earth. So why not? My philosophy with any job is work till you have enough that you don't need to worry about it and quit as soon as possible so that you can go and do things while you're still healthy, while you can move around, while you're mobile, while you have the capacity to remember and enjoy things. So good for him.
There you go. Well, I don't think it's necessarily any red flags. It is sometimes it's time to move on. And like I said, they're always going to have some kind of lawsuits. It seems like, and the key card, thing. Some people like it, some people don't. But then again, it's the industry's just changing and growing, and that's just kicking and screaming. We're going to have to go along with it, Hargeet, right? It's like it doesn't really matter what we want when it comes down to it. It's like it's what we're willing to pay for and put up with is basically the bottom line.
Yeah, and I mean, you just saw and it's going to be a topic, obviously, the ROG pricing. Look, the world we're in it's expensive as heck, and, I kept telling people $450 isn't all that bad for what you're getting. So, complain all you want, but wait till you see the other stuff. It's going to be pretty expensive, guys.
Exactly. And I did just put the poll up if we want to go into that topic next. Obviously it was at the show, which we'll talk about that separately. But so we can ask Forte when he gets here if he's heard anything about if they're going to start carrying it to reserve or not. Curious if that's the case. So the poll question is Xbox handheld. Did you buy one? ? Yes, the ROG Ally X for $9.99, or yes, but the $5.99 one. No, not yet, but soon, or no way, not for me. Those are the options up on the screen. So we will see.
Surprising that.
We will see.
I'm unmuted. Go. It's surprising that about half actually are going to get it. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's higher than I would expect.
Yeah. So it's 22 votes so far. So we'll leave that up for a little while.
But yeah, Well, we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Maybe the numbers just aren't that big, right? So we get more votes in. We'll see.
Go ahead, Holly. You want to say something?
I'm just really interested in look, what these are both very expensive. No matter which way you slice it, they're both expensive, right? Especially like when you think about you bought the Series X if you bought it at launch for $500, right? But I guess I'm just curious on the thought process from somebody's perspective, and this is just a general question. It's not, I don't know. I'm just kind of posturing, right? Like they have this $5.99 one, which should play fine, right? I'm sure it will play fine. And then they have the $1,000 one. So when you're talking about choosing one, I guess I just look at it like it has half the memory, if I remember correctly, and it has quite a bit less. I think it was like 16 gigs of RAM versus 24, if I remember correct. Then a couple other things, right? Like obviously there's a difference, right? But what is the tipping point for somebody to say that they're not going to get the larger one that's, more money, but it has way more features that you think might future-proof it for a little bit longer, etc., versus just saying, well, I'm willing to pay $600, but I'm not willing to pay $1,000? Because even at your poll, right, like way less people are like the $5.99 one. It's either, and I would even be curious, right, for anybody who said yes, but not yet, but soon. Are you considering the $5.99 one, or are you considering the $9.99 one? So yeah. I guess, what do you guys think about? Is it just 100% based on price, no other thing? Like, this is the max I can ever possibly afford, and I really, really want one? Or what do you think?
I mean, there's a very small percent. It's 3% so far on the poll that want the cheaper model. So, I don't know. Just my personal thoughts is I wanted to get the bigger one because I want the full experience. The whole reason for me to get this is it's not about cost. It's for me to understand where they're going with it, right? So I wanted to get their full experience just to see what that's like.
Sure.
This has all the controller stuff in it. And to your point, yep, it has more memory, more storage. But all that, whatever. I just want here's the top experience they're trying to give me. What does that look like? How well does it work? What is the battery life like? What happens when I hit the power button and hit it again? Do I go back to my game, or is it start again? All the cool things you get with your Xbox, right? The quick resume. That game I just finished, for instance, did not have quick resume. Man, did that suck. I'm so used to just being able to split right back to the game. Like, oh my God, I have to wait like a whole... I know these are first world problems, but it's like 2 whole minutes of just stupid loading screens until I can get back to the game. Whereas I just click and I'm back in the game. God, that feature is so awesome. So when you don't have it, though, you're like, why? Why is this like this? Right? Yes, total first world problems. But that's the kind of thing I want to see, right? Because I do that with my Switch. I can turn it off, turn it back on. I'm in the game right there, right? So what does that feel like with like a game that's running? Does it just shut the whole thing down? Does it go to sleep? What does it do, right? How does that feel? Right? These are the kind of Windowsy issues that I kind of want to see what they do with. Right? If I switch between games, how seamless is that? How much of a pain in the neck is it? But either way, these are the kind of things I want to see. So I'm like, I'll give you the max amount, and you tell me, you give me your best potential experience to see what that journey is like, right? So that's why I went with the higher tier. Plus, if I ever did want to sell it, the higher tier is probably going to get more back. So, but yeah, outside of that, I don't really care. The cost is like, yeah, whatever. I'm just really here just to try it out and see what it's like. But I'm sure the average person, I don't know if they're using it as an actual device they want to use because they have a need for it day to day. That's not the case for me, so I'm not sure. I know, WebDave, you ordered one as well, correct?
I did.
So do you have a use for it, or did you, and you chose the top one too, I believe, right?
Yep. I mean, I'll be able to take it to work with me, play it on breaks, that kind of thing. Plus, I just, sometimes the wife's watching TV, well, I can play games and still be in the same room and have a conversation, but you know, that kind of thing.
I may end up using it for that because my nephew comes out, comes to my room all the time, and then I want to watch something. What does he want to watch? All these like stupid kid things. Fine, whatever, right? But it basically means I can't play. So maybe that is what I'll do. Is I'll just
Uncle Hargeet has the 120-inch television screen.
No, that's in the other room.
Oh,
and when his
okay.
parents get annoyed with him, they send him.
They send him to
Well,
you,
maybe
right?
Maybe you should give him the handheld.
I would love to do that at some point, but like it's just too much for him right now. He's 3 years old, so he's just,
Oh, yeah.
not
yeah,
ready
yeah,
to
yeah.
yet. So we just put on cartoony stuff for him on the TV, and maybe I can actually break out the ROG and just keep playing something. See how well that works, right? Even if it's playing my Xbox, I could do that too, because I can just connect to my Xbox, right? And it's just a smaller screen.
And if it connects to your Xbox, then you should have quick resume no matter what, right?
Yeah, the whole thing. Literally, it's just like remote controlling your Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
For those who like use a remote desktop to a computer, it's just literally the same thing. It just remote connects to your Xbox and plays whatever you want. But anyway, so I might end up doing that. Plus, of course, you can run native, right? You can run games natively. So there might be good games that can just run natively, and especially if it has play anywhere. And this is the whole point of the experience, right? How well does all that work?
Exactly.
How seamless is it? How much of a pain is it?
True.
Yeah. I think we got a super chat. Plus, I'm gonna get us some memberships going too.
Yeah. So super chat. We got Adidas. Dave, hey, Holly and Hargeet, send olives. Well, I'll send you some olives. We'll do the famous olives with the person who loves olives. He really, really loves them. Seriously. If you want just plain old olives, there you go.
There you go.
All right.
Shout out to C Money.
And then WebDave gifts 10 WebDave memberships.
I did. And if you want a membership of your own, it's just $1. That's it. That's all. It doesn't cost anything more than that. But if you do, you get access to the over 30 different emojis that we have available if you're on YouTube, and including Holly has her own emoji. So it's Jedi Holly. That's right.
I do.
That blue number with the blue saber, and she can cut you in half. I mean, use the force for good, right? That's what I meant. Use the force for good.
Always.
Sith Lord. What? No. Just kidding. Yeah.
I suppose we should talk about the price, obviously, right?
Yep.
Since that was sort of a maybe surprise, not really, but maybe surprise that it costs $600 and $1,000.
What?
Holly, what were
How
your
much?
thoughts?
I'm just kidding.
Me, they were a little higher than all the rumors had been. It's a little disappointing that they came in that high, but like we were talking about yesterday, the MSI Claw, the new version, which isn't out yet, it's coming soon, is listed for $1,025. So it's not like this is that far off of the going rate in the market. You could have some cheaper ones, but
Sorry. Mute
no,
that.
you're good. I wish that you could pick the color for the size, because I would rather have a white one if I was going to get one, and you only can get the color that's in. I mean, whatever. First world problems, like Hargeet would say, but like it would be nice if you could pick the color that you want. But then you probably just buy one of those protective skin things anyway, and it'll change the color. So,
Yep.
yeah, a little bit higher but they're not subsidizing anything anymore. And it's not Xbox. Like, don't forget, this isn't Xbox that's putting this out. This is Asus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Asus isn't going to take a bath on anything. Anyway, I don't know, man. It's a hard sell. I kind of question why they're doing 2, but they've always done 2. Asus has always done 2. It's surprising that they're still doing 2, because I would think that you just have a lot less orders on the smaller powered version, but maybe not. Maybe they do get a lot on the lower powered version. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Well, I know that Jez had made the comment that that on the lower model you can actually open it up, as it were, just like you can on the more expensive one. As far as like the levels and stuff, it's just they have it kind of some of the stuff locked or lowered down as far as the frame rate and stuff go, just because they wanted, to make it more seem streamlined or whatever. But it actually is. You do have the capability to go in and tinker with it, is what Jez says. So we need you to crank up. Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's it's PC, right? You can do whatever you want, right? But it is far lower in specs. By the way, I put this up. It did have that stupid toggle on where it auto adjusts the mic. I don't know how that keeps happening, but I got to keep checking for that.
Like a default
hopefully you
setting
can hear
or
me
something.
now. So
I can hear you.
Yeah.
And you sound great.
All right. The specs are lower. It is 16 gigs versus 24, half a terabyte versus a terabyte. Again, that's not the end of the world. It's the GPU part of it. It doesn't have the AI. It's certainly a lot lower in performance in comparison to the AI to Z2. It's Extreme. So, but again, these are still just kind of portable machines. It's still going to be good enough, and a lot of people, you may be fine with this as long as you have a different machine to run games at a higher performance when you want to, right? This is really just portable. You might not play some of the top end games. Maybe you're just playing games that are useful in a portable fashion, and you just want to have that available when you're not at home or something like that, right? So it depending on your use case, it could be totally fine, right? So you got to figure out what works for you. Maybe it'll be good enough to just have the lower tier box. So battery life is going to be another interesting one. I don't know if it's going to be too long, maybe a couple hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how crazy the game is. So it's another thing you got to think about. So
keep that battery packed.
Hargeet, you have the Switch too?
Yes.
What do you think of the battery in that one?
It's the only time I used it on the plane. It ran out on me, so I wasn't very happy.
Ooh.
But I could plug it in, right? So it's fine. Even in the plane, there's a power outlet. It's fine. I could do that.
There's not always a power outlet on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was able to do that, but like I essentially just leave it docked. I just have it docked.
Yeah, I was really disappointed because I thought it was, they were touting it was way better than the one, and I was like, this is not better at all. It feels the same. And I thought, do you remember when it came out, they were having all those issues with false battery readings because they'd been sitting in the warehouse for too long and you had to cycle it a few times. So I thought maybe it was just that, but it has not gotten any better.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed that this one has a better battery. Like, I would like at least 2.5 to 3 hours out of a handheld. I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, and that's what they spec it at. It's 2 to 4, right? So we'll see. Now, as far as the price for me, I'm not surprised that it's that expensive. We were hearing all sorts of things about it being at a certain price range. What's interesting is, as usual, in Japan, it's cheaper. It's 940-ish bucks to get it in Japan. And so, I mean, obviously there was room for them to make it, a lower cost elsewhere as well. They didn't do that. So for the US, maybe they could have put it down a little bit, but they didn't. Ultimately, this is just the way it is. And like Holly, you mentioned the other competitors. Once the competitors go higher, you can always just say, hey, we're still cheaper than them, right? And it's like, well, okay, that's nice. And that, unfortunately, is where it ends up being, right? So when Nintendo says, I'm going to sell a game at $80, and then Microsoft's like, well, why can't I do that? And then they find out, yeah, your customer doesn't want to buy games at $80. So we'll see what this does, right? That's really what it comes down to, is how the market reacts. If they buy it, they buy it. And we've been seeing some areas it's been selling out, some it hasn't. So it must be doing something for numbers. Maybe it's in line with where they want to be, right? Maybe they're not looking for 10 million in sales. Maybe they're happy at like 500,000 in sales, and like that's good enough. That's what we want. That's profitable for us. Fair enough, right? So we'll see where it goes. I think it would have been nice if they could cut it back a bit, but they didn't. So it's where we are, right? So,
well, in some of the, I guess, rumors, which I don't know whether I believe it's or not, but it's a possibility, is that they went ahead and went with this price so that if things did change in the next year or so, they wouldn't have to come back and raise the price again. They've already kind of built the cushion in there now. And then there's the possibility that with that said, that maybe in a year or so, they'll be able to have at least a sale or something, or drop it down, or start doing discounts and stuff as it's appropriate to. Like, I guess if they sell enough of the chipsets and stuff to where they can, bring the cost down when they're buying that many in bulk or buy so many of them, that's definitely how a lot of times the prices do go down, is because they've purchased enough of the certain chipsets that the actual price of those chipsets go down over time, because the people that made the chipsets have actually, recouped their original investment, and they're able to sell them at a more affordable price. And that's how, and in the past, that's how things have dropped in. And that's something maybe they're ready for. But instead of trying to get you in the door at a low price first, they're trying to get you in the door at a fair price, they think. And then, and of course, a lot of people going, Phil said there wasn't going to be a $1,000 console. There wasn't going to be a $1,000 console. And I was like, well, it's not. It's $999.99. That's not $1,000. Hello, man. You guys just don't know math. Just saying. Technically, it's not $1,000. What?
Right.
What?
Yeah, I mean, that whole thing is up for a different reason anyways, right? He was
Yeah.
talking about growing the console market.
Correct.
The console market's shrinking. This isn't going to grow it. It doesn't matter. This is not really intended to grow it. So this is just a different avenue of access. So I wouldn't really put too much into that.
Exactly.
Whatever. Console market is what it is. People are shifting to PC. So are they, because hell, it's their other platform. Why shouldn't they?
Right. So with that said, since we're talking about the console, and we're still we're waiting for Gaming Forte to jump in here pretty soon, that so a lot of people bought this, right? A lot of people are planning on buying it, or maybe they're seeing how things go, and it's sold out a lot of places. Jazz, a lot of people saying, hey, it's sold out, and so that's something that's it's pretty exciting. But then again, there's a few people that have purchased this. And some people are surprised by some of the people that are commenting. Hargate, I don't know how well you can read some of these comments, but the reaction, I'd like to go actually scroll down through these, and maybe we read out some of the reactions to what this person, and who is this person, Hargate, do you know?
So this is Shuhei Yoshida. He pre-ordered one. For some reason, he's buying an Xbox.
See, former head of Sony, right?
Yeah, exactly.
PlayStation.
The guy that was shunted out. Anyhow, as I said, it's slightly cheaper there. He bought it in Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's slightly cheaper there. I don't know who you wanted me to read after that.
Oh, well, we'll scroll down a little bit. You see a lot of the fanboys, and
Hazard or Gaming
having their exactly Hazard or you showing their reactions, and then you see some of the other reactions to people. Good or bad comments. And, some people are excited, and then a few fanboys were like, but why would you do that? Sony, so ponies are diehard. They're like, why would you do that? And then he's got the money, buy what he wants, and
yep.
And then other people are getting on him a little bit, and I'll be able to pay. Oh, I got one too, and some other things, and then there's a few people that said. Oh, there's another, but why? And some more of those, and a few have come up and called him a traitor. I've even seen those posts. that they call him why would you call him that? Or like they just can't believe it. No, how could you do this to us? Look, crying. See, traitor. What? How is he a traitor?
I love that gif.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, the man can spend his money any way he wants to, and it's gonna be good. Oh, it's nice. It'll be a nice door stopper. Yeah, I think that's probably the Portal. But
Oh my.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I like that one. Is that who's your destiny? To destroy the Sith, not to join them. I like that one. Probably one of the better ones up there. But yeah, so your thoughts on the reaction to it? Like, a lot of people are like, it's too high, it's too expensive, it's too much, and yeah, it is. It's a little pricey, but I mean, if you want it, buy it, get it, because everything's an Xbox. I mean, and it plays your Steam games, it plays your Epic Games catalog, your GOG catalog, your Game Pass, just about anything you can think of. Who knows? Maybe someday. Oh wait! I was going to say your PlayStation games, but I guess if you have them on Steam, you can play. You can play those. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, of course, someday maybe maybe there'll be the PlayStation app on there as well. You
have the PlayStation app. It's already there. You can just install it. So, but anyway, maybe Shuhei just wants to have a portable, system to play his PlayStation games, right?
Yeah.
And this gives you that capability. There is the PlayStation Portal, but it does not have direct, local playback. You can do that with this. Maybe that's what he's looking for. Like, who cares why he wants it? It's just, hey, he's also an industry person, and he just happens to be in gaming. Maybe he just wants to game. Is that a possibility? But hey, whatever. But the internet is always, as usual. This is why I'm not on Twitter, because it can be so toxic. Like, who gives a crap? Just whatever. Like, this isn't him bitching about anything. He's just saying, I'm buying one. Right? He's just I'm just buying one. Whatever. Okay.
Because he's a gamer. Kind of like you.
Whatever.
We're gamers.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know PlayStation.
He's not saying Sony sucks, PlayStation sucks, nothing. Just buying a console.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Yeah. How many people at PlayStation do you think are going to buy this? Probably quite a few. You know what? They're gamers too. They just want to play games.
And how many of the Xbox guys have a PlayStation at home?
Of
they
course.
all do.
Same thing.
They bought
right?
the Portal. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's like it's like whatever. Just let people buy whatever they
want.
Why are
we? Yeah, we shouldn't be wallet watching other people.
Yeah,
watch your own. Because $1,000 people.
And here comes Fun Paris. Xbox is doomed. Buy a PS5, brokies.
Wow. Thanks, Paris. Welcome out to Paris Lily to our chat.
We just had to pay $1,000 for this, which is more than the PlayStation 5. But hey,
it's true. Or if you got a PlayStation Pro and then you added the hard drive and the disk drive and the stand, and anyway, so it's close, but I digress. But yeah, and it's not portable, and it's a little buggy, but just don't play Borderlands 4 on it. What? Sorry. Oh goodness! But yeah, so it was a pretty big, exciting event, I would say. I'll share this screen up here. So at the Tokyo Game Show, the ROG booth, and some really nice shots there, and the dream team, as it were, because he should retire, right? Nah, he shouldn't. I think he's doing just fine. In fact, he's probably the longest running CEO in gaming for quite a while. So, I mean, there have been others that have been in place longer, but Sony's been through quite a few of them, and Nintendo's been through a few. But Phil's still there, standing strong and doesn't look like he's anytime soon he's going to be stopping. He's only 57, so he's still young. Got plenty of time left to dominate the industry. I mean, to craft the style. Yeah. So what do you got there to read there, Hargey? What's up?
The Duck of Death. Was Bara chirping again? I did not see anything. Yes, he was.
He was. I think I've got some of that too. Yeah, he was. Mike Ybarra was. Yeah, not. He's a little salty, as it were. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, but we should probably talk about the main topic before, because
Okay.
it talks about the topic.
Well, yeah,
right?
You're right. We'll get into
so
that.
might as well get into the.
Is that where you want
showcases.
to go next? All right, cool. I'll pull them up in the background.
We could talk about OD as well. Maybe we can do that.
Oh,
one.
let's go ahead and jump into OD,
do
because that
OD.
was kind of its own little event, and I've got that all queued up and ready to play. Because Holly said she hadn't seen it yet. Well, we'll play it for you. We'll play it for you right now, Holly, and we can all watch it. And it is pretty good. If you like scary games, I think you're gonna like this one. And here we go. This is OD Knock.
Is this by Xbox?
It is
on video. Perfect. Now we can play it with audio.
Oh, I did see this. I did see it.
I like it. I like it a lot. Holly, your thoughts after watching that?
Yeah, I had seen it. I blanked on it. It looks really good. As I have grown such an appreciation for horror games. I really do enjoy them now. Not all, like the original Outlast is a little much for me, right? But like stuff like this, like the psychological stuff, oh my gosh, it's so good. And the visuals are really, really good, right? Like it screams Kojima, which is just awesome. There's a lot of like little interesting things. Obviously, this isn't anything to tell us anything about what's actually going to happen,
Right.
but you don't want to spoil too much with stuff like this either, right? Terrifying, yes. The hands that hold her face at the very end are like 3 times the size of her face, so like it's just gonna be this massive whatever, right, that's behind her. This actress too, I know her from other things, so
She was in It.
Yes. So Kojima very much loves Hollywood, right? He loves cinema. He loves the art of cinema. And I feel like every game that you see from Kojima, like it just screams all of this huge amount of cinematic, Hollywood style visuals and artistic whatever. Even Metal Gear Solid, right? Like I just played through Delta, which is my first time playing Metal Gear games, and my lord, I love that game. It was so much fun and it was so good. But it screams like all of these franchises kind of in a mishmash with Kojima flair and stuff, and so I think this is gonna be great. I mean, from like a 30-second trailer of basically nothing but lighting candles with worms in them and blood, it looks great.
It does. And it's just enough. And a lot of people have there's a lot of people have compared shots, some of the architecture and stuff in this game to PT and stuff like that. A lot of people have, so maybe this is his PT coming to life kind of thing, maybe, because PT was kind of a vision of his that was supposed to be some kind of Silent Hill future game that didn't happen. But then again, this is like somebody did mention. Well, first somebody mentioned this in the chat. Can you read that? That's what Daisy says.
Don't be scared, Hargeet. It's not real. I'm not scared.
So, good old Daisy. But there was another one which I thought was right on the money. That is supposed to be a like an anthology type thing. So Gordon was it Gordon Peele's working on one of these, I think, and
Jordan Peele.
I'm sorry, did I say Gordon? Jordan Peele, and then Guillermo del Toro was supposed to be working on another one.
Oh man!
So yep. So in several different episodes, even Miller is also working with him as well. The guy who did the Mad Max movies.
Oh yeah.
Steve Miller, George Miller,
George Miller.
So it's he's got a lot of potential, and he's got a big people in there that really like the genre. So I'm totally excited for this, and we already know that it's going to be in day one in Game Pass, regardless. So, and will it come to PlayStation? I think eventually. I don't know that it goes day and day, but it could. But if it doesn't, I have a feeling it'll be within a year, because we've already heard that Death Stranding 2 is going to be probably coming to Xbox within a year. So after the year is up from PlayStation exclusivity, and even this new game that he's working on that is that say won't even really probably see the light of day. His new one, the espionage game, won't be out until 2030. Like 5 years from now,
or whatever. That one.
Yeah. So, and that'll probably be exclusive for PlayStation for a year, and then it'll probably come to Xbox eventually. Or by then, who knows what the landscape will be. So interesting. But you notice, like Hargeet in the face here, like or on her face, like there was actually faces coming up, those marks and stuff.
Yeah, it's just all sorts of interesting stuff going on, right?
Mm-hmm. creepy.
Yeah, I mean, this looks good, but like, I'm not a horror game person. I don't care. I don't even like horror movies. They're just like, whatever.
But you're not
I
scared.
find them more comical than I find them, horror filled, whatever. It's like, yeah, whatever. I don't know. A lot of them just seems to. No.
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
it's just not like I've tried them. I really have. I've
Yeah.
given them a chance. It's just not for me. It's just boring to me.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think we have a super chat too. If you
We do. P-Lump, $2. Stop everything. Play my damn theme song.
They see me rolling.
Watch him rolling. Watch him go. Watch him rolling. Watch him go. He be rolling down the street. He be rolling to the beat.
There you go, P-Lump. There's your theme song. At least our version of your theme song. There you go. All right, welcome. And if you guys got anything you want us to, if you got questions, don't hesitate to ask. We'll try and get to them. Welcome out to all the great members of the community that have jumped in and are joining us in the chat. Korkenstein is in the chat. I noticed that. Paris Lily is in the chat. D1 is in the chat. P-Lump in the chat. Dallas Ray, a whole bunch of others are great members of the community. Adele, oh my gosh, a whole bunch of great members of the community. It's like so many. I'm like looking up, I'm like just scrolling. So, but thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here very much. So yeah. So Hargeet, anything else we want to talk about this? I mean, I gotta get it. What about you, Holly? You
coming at some point. I don't know if they actually have any release date yet, but we're getting more info on it. It looks like it's it is going to be kind of episodic. The question is, are we going to get a whole bunch of episodes at the same time, or are we really going to just have, release and then maybe a year later is another release or 6 months later or something like that? I don't know, right? We'll see how that goes. It is interesting for those who are interested in this genre, right? That you have these pretty big names attached to it. And that was kind of what they said, right? They brought Jordan Peele, I believe, is one who came on stage when they announced this game.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he said that they have like a Avengers all-star cast of directors or whatever you want to call it, like kind of attached to this already. Interesting. It's interesting, right? So, look, I'll give it a chance. I don't think I'm gonna like it. It's just the way it is. I am not a horror genre game person. I don't care. But I'll see. Whatever. It's gonna be in Game Pass. I'll give it its chance.
There you go. Holly, you gonna try this for sure?
Day one.
Day one. Maybe you can stream it, right?
Yeah, I would do that. Yeah.
There you go. Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it for sure. Let's see, Hargeet. So, do you want to go with the State of Play or the Xbox Tokyo Game Show presentation? Which one would you rather start with?
Let's start with, in order, right? So, State of Play first.
Yep. All right. Let me mute this, and I'll bring this up on the screen. I can always fast forward a little bit if I need to. So we'll just kind of have that playing in the background as we as we start to talk about it. So yeah, obviously there was some big things. It started off with something people have been waiting for, and we knew it was coming. Not coming this year. It's coming next year. I guess this year's game is Ghost of Yotei, which will be out soon. Which we'll separate topic. We'll talk about that here in a few. But yeah, that Tokyo. I mean, I'd say after I watch this, and I'll just give you my honest opinion, and we'll talk more about it. And I'll get you all's opinion on it for sure and thoughts on it. But right off the bat, I'll say it was probably like a 6 out of 10 is what I would give it. Yes, it had some good things in it, but a lot of stuff that I mean, you can only give out what you can give. In other words, you can't just like they used to be in the past, throw everything at the kitchen sink, as it were, and see what sticks. But right now, they don't have a lot that sticks. It's as far as first party goes, they've only got what they've got because they're working on all the things to make up for some of the directions and things that they had to switch and change different directions with their goals and stuff. So obviously not as many gas games as they originally started to. But we shall see. Holly, did you watch this? And if you did, what are your thoughts and what stood out to you on on this show.
Yeah, I did watch this. My first comment is I actually prefer less of these smaller shows and just a couple, 2 or 3 like bigger ones throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have that because it's more of a monumental event, and then I guess like I don't know, it's just easier to catalog in my mind. And then, you know, they usually announce these a couple days before, and they're all over the place as far as like how they hit for each person. I feel like when they're these smaller ones, right? The bigger ones kind of present a wide showcase of all of the things coming to the platform. And so I feel like everybody kind of walks away with the few things, right, that hit right. But these, when they're smaller, it's much more hit and miss. So I don't really grade showcases on first party inclusion in them, because let's face it, if we were doing that, Xbox would have been in like a 2 out of 10 for many, many years, right? Of course, now they're not, right? But there were a lot of third party games in this, which is fine. I you know, they have the marketing rights to it. Good for them. Saros is interesting. I did not play Returnal because the story didn't necessarily interest me per se. Plus, I just heard all the time how hard it was. And it just is like, man, I don't know. Like, roguelites are very hit and miss with me. I really love some, and I just find the others frustrating. And then they even had to go in and kind of add some things in to allow for people to have a less difficult experience, or at least like give people milestones, right, to be able to pause and stop. But I saw a lot of people calling this like a Returnal 2 with a new skin. There are a lot of similarities in some of the movesets and the bullet hell kind of stuff that's going on. The second death, or whatever they called that, which is second wind, right? First death. That it's funny that they very specifically showed that to show you like this is gonna be a little more manageable, so don't freak out, right? Which is good, because players that did hear that Returnal was just really, really hard have a better interest in something like this. I think the aesthetic, you're good. I think the aesthetic of this is really cool. Like this right here was like the coolest scene to me. This weird boss with the veil thing. I mean, I think it's gonna be good. I think people that like House Smart games will be very pleased. The other things that I was really happy to see some actual gameplay stuff from Zero Parades, because I did play Disco Elysium. I didn't quite finish it, but Disco Elysium is a very unique game, like very unique. Perfect for a handheld. If you're looking for a game for a handheld, that one is very handheld friendly. And so this one, very much like Disco Elysium, looks a lot like it. But it was nice to see. Other than that, you know, there were just there was a long, you're good. There was a long list of games, like I said, that are third party that we do already know about. They gave some more information. Fine. It was nice to see a date on Crimson Desert and another trailer, although I feel like this was the most lackluster trailer from Crimson Desert that I've seen. But we got a date. So good. They had the wireless speakers, which I don't know what the market is for that. I find that a little surprising for a hardware edition, because I feel like most people just have sound bars. So why would you buy these speakers? But to each his own. And the God of War controller, I don't know what they're doing over there, like when it comes to peripheral designs and like these skins on like, Xbox rocks when it comes to all the peripheral visuals. Like you cannot do better. Like look at this thing is amazing, right? And you're telling me that the 20th anniversary of God of War is the same white controller, and somebody took a paintbrush and just slapped this like a line on it? I don't get it. Like, I know that's God of War, but come on, man. Like, there's like so many more things that you could have done with that. And it's the special anniversary edition. And I just think, what about that? Even if I was a God of War, like a huge God of War fan, why do I feel compelled to buy this as the like design that's just over the top? And yes, that's it. It's good they're doing special controllers because they don't do them that often, but this just was so lackluster to me. I mean, sorry, I don't mean to rag on it that much, but dang. And then we saw Wolverine, which happy to see Wolverine. I thought it looked good. I don't know if you want to leave Wolverine to a separate topic, but
that's cool.
I thought it looked great. I think Liam McIntyre's an amazing cast for Wolverine. Perfect. Love it. I love Insomniac games, so I am excited to play another Insomniac game. It's been a while. I don't play Spider-Man. I don't really like Spider-Man that much, so I've never played Spider-Man games. I just have no interest in them. Whereas I do have interest in this one. And don't kill me, but some of the movesets look like Spider-Man reskinned. And I'm not saying that's necessarily... Yeah, people get real mad about that.
It's obvious. But, I mean, what?
Like, I'm not even saying that's necessarily a bad thing. For me, it's great because I didn't play Spider-Man, right? But you should expect that even because Insomniac made Spider-Man. Of course, they're making Wolverine. Of course, they're going to, have some overlap. But people get real mad when I say it looks like some of it, not all of it, but some of it does look like reskin Spider-Man. So those are my initial thoughts. I gave it like a 5 out of 10 because I felt like most of the things that weren't the bookend games were just okay. They're just okay.
Yeah. Well, we just saw that I love it, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Yeah.
See the big old Microsoft title right there in the middle of it. Welcome out, Gaming Forte. Forte, how you doing, sir?
What up, though, man? How you doing?
Doing great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I greatly appreciate it. I know you just got off work. We got a few things to go over with you. Obviously, we'll get to that in a second, but I definitely want to get your thoughts on this next, if you don't mind, and then we'll go to Hargeet after you. I know we're kind of throwing you in the fray, but I do want to say is one thing right up front. I thought that the work that you have done with the Iron Lords the last couple of months, helping out, filling in, and being a co-host on there with them has been absolutely spectacular. You did an amazing job, and hopefully you'll continue to be a regular guest with the Iron Lords, because I thought you did a fantastic job, and I just wanted you to know that in front of everybody that kudos to you, man. You really were a good anchor and a good sport too, because I know they made you dress up a few times as well.
Slimer's over there on the floor, right there. Stay puffed up in the closet right now. I'm actually going to wear that on Halloween, so it actually worked out. So
nice.
I'm going to wear that on Halloween. But no, man, I appreciate it, man. It's like I wasn't on the last 2 weeks because I was like, I got to mentally reset.
Sure.
Because it was like, I think ever since January I was on there, and then, it's a great opportunity. I loved it. It was super fun. And man, you do not understand you probably do understand because you do your own show just like I do. But there is so much stuff going on in the back end.
Oh, yeah.
To make that show once a week, there's a lot of stuff going on. But I appreciate that, man. And I know everybody that watches the show appreciates it too, man. So even when I'm not there and I see people say, "Where Forte at?" I'm like, "Oh, I feel loved." But
well, you're definitely an Iron Lord to everybody's eyes. So no doubt about that, sir. And like I said, you fit. So sometimes it's a matter of the chemistry, and you definitely work well with others, as it were. So your thoughts is what I'd like to go over right now. We're obviously doing on the state of play that was just happened. That's what we're going over now, and then we'll get to a few other things later. But the state of play, the Sony state of play that they just had this past week from the Tokyo Game Show. Your thoughts, highlights, or downers, disappointments, or excitements for you, and of course at the end, what is your score for this?
All right, so I'll just go straight to the end. I gave it a B. And it's because the middle of it was super slow. Not slow. it just wasn't stuff that, you know, excites me. There was stuff in there that a lot of people would like to play. There was games there for everybody, but the show started strong because I am a huge Housemarque fan. Huge. I love Returnal. Returnal's freaking awesome. This is a level up to Returnal with Cyrus. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, yo, this is way better than I thought it was going to be. Like, just visually looking at the game. And most people probably didn't catch this because as soon as I saw the abilities and you're running around with a shield, I was like, yo, they're giving you a shield in this game. That means this is going to be even harder than the last one. I was like, if they're giving you a way to deflect damage, I'm one of those sickos that kind of look at little things like that. It's like they're trying to punish me literally in this game. So I was super excited to see that because I feel like a lot of people wonder what would Housemarque do for like a follow-up to that. And I feel with the budget that, you know, with the, you know, super praise that Returnal got, that this is like the next step to that. And I was like, yo, this is actually really, really cool. So they started the show really, really strong for me, at least. Then it went to a low. I was in and out watching it as I was at work when this was going on. And I was like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. And then we get to Wolverine because everything in the middle was like kind of to Wolverine. And I was like, okay. And I'm with Blue. I was like, okay, there's a little things in here that kind of remind you of Spider-Man, but makes sense because they made Spider-Man. But the one thing I was super impressed with is the visceral reality of that this is going to be a Wolverine game.
Yeah.
All that went out everything else went out the window. I was like, yo, when I saw him jump on a cargo and drop kick somebody, we're not even talking about him uppercutting somebody with the blades. And I'm like this, and they did it in slow motion like 15 different times. And I was like, this is going to be crazy. But I really, really like the fact that I think a lot of people, when they looked at that leaked footage we got like 2.5 years ago, that was kind of like a signal to people. It's like, yeah, I don't know if this is going to be as good as we think it's going to be because it's got a lot of Spider-Man tentacles in it. But seeing this, it kind of lets you know, like, when you look at things like that you're not supposed to see, you kind of got to look at it through a lens of, they already had a working version of a game that's kind of in the same engine. So they're sitting there like, okay, we can use these assets to kind of get the game that we want off the ground. And then we could transition everything that we want to do. Are there going to be some of those old bones left over from previous games? Absolutely. But I think by far this is the best developer that they have right now, you know, and I love Naughty Dog, but Naughty Dog brings out a game once a generation, seriously, at this point. So, and that might be like the AAA, you know, if you want to give them a quadruple A team, that would probably be it for them. Yeah. But Insomniac's just consistent, and this game is going to be massive for them. It's going to be massive. And I'm super excited. I was kind of on the fence when I saw the stuff a while ago, but it kind of helped me like come to reality with that show. So I gave the show a B because I think it was like really sitting around the C till I saw that they actually respected Wolverine, and I like how they went with the whole comic book vibe to it. Mm-hmm. And like Blue said, I think great. That was a perfect person to pick for this. Just watching the animations being done, the facial expression, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be legit. So I think in general, for me, before I think when I was on DPS, I gave it, like I said, before I gave it a B, I used to give PlayStation incomplete grades, and then I finally gave them a B and said, I can give you an actual grade now because what took you so long? What took so long to get to this point? That you got Ghost of Yotai coming out next month. You got Cyrus coming out sometime in next year. Then you got Wolverine coming out in the fall, supposedly next year, which all of this stuff is up to interpretation. Who really knows when games are going to come out nowadays? Because a whole bunch of stuff can happen between A and getting all the way to D. And a whole lot of stuff. But it's really nice to see that there's actually things on the first party. Because I think people kind of poo-poo the fact that we say, you know, what is Sony offering? And they always come back. It's like, well, we have this game and we have that game. And I'm like, no, what are they giving you? Because I can get all those games on my PlayStation, my PC right here. I ain't got to wait for none of that stuff. So finally getting the chance to see a lot of that stuff is really, really cool. And I can finally get them a complete grade for this one show. But I also think this is also a really, really telling sign that we will never get showcases from them ever again. It will only be state of plays going forward, because they just literally gave their biggest anticipated game. The last two have only been at state of plays. So I think they're done with the whole glitz and glamour of one big show to rule them all at some point in the year. And it's been like 3 or 4 years since they did one anyways. But I think this kind of signals the death of that, which is fine. But I just want you to be consistent in giving us not just a little taste here and there, at least give us something that we can grab onto and know what the next 6 to 8 months kind of holds for us. But that's kind of where I sit on that one.
Yeah. All right. That's a nice, fair assessment. I'm pleasantly surprised with your comments on that. I think very fair, right down the middle, and I'll definitely agree. I gave it out of a scale of 10, I gave it like a 6 out of 10. That was just me, because I think that there was, like you said, a lot of filler.
Yep.
And some of the assets, it makes sense. They've already got a lot of stuff. If you got some work done, and you can focus on other areas, you don't have to put in the work on some other stuff.
Yeah.
Why not? It's there for you to use and manipulate, and at least build from. There was some screenshots. I wish I had them. I seem to have misplaced them somewhere. Mm-hmm. But there was a couple of screenshots where people were pointing out that the Wolverine build is surprisingly almost identical to the Craven the Hunter.
Oh yeah, it's pretty
that
close.
They used from the last game, which, I mean, why not?
It's very close. It's very close.
But not
I
exactly.
agree with that.
So,
you know, the funny thing is, the one thing that I kind of realized, because over the course of like the last year, I don't want to say my critiquing side has lessened. It's just the fact that I'm in a point where I'm like, if I'm not going to play the game, I'm just not even going. I don't even care. So they finally gave me something that I actually care about. Now, is it like to the standard of what I think a brand new game could be? No, but then I also think that for the amount of content that they're going to turn around and put into that game with the extra time, it comes down to like, what do you want more? Do you want the bombastic side of the graphical side of the game, or do you? I mean, of course you will say you want both, but then to get both, it's going to take forever for that game to even walk through the door. I mean, you can see what Grand Theft Auto is doing right now. That's overestimating what you think you want from a game versus, what this is like their 5th game in like 6 years, 7 years, because Spider-Man 2018 was the first one. So 7 years. This would be like their 5th game. So to me, as long as the story and the gameplay is what I want it to be, that is perfect. Yeah. I have a completely different level of expectation for Naughty Dog, because I haven't seen a new game from you in almost a decade. Yeah. So I can't give you that same level of like courtesy. Like what I see from that game, it has to all be new. It has to be brand new this, brand new that, new identity to the game. The gameplay has to be completely it's got to be revolutionized to what we had played before. If you see a lot of that stuff that was kind of in their older games, you can have that stuff, but it just has to be like a new way of doing it. Mm-hmm. That's where you kind of get critiqued from. So it's all about what have you done for me lately? And the last, Spider-Man, 2 was pretty good. I actually enjoy for what it is. So they definitely get a lot of passes just due to, I know they're going to probably, for the most part, give us a great game. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to see it instead of like wondering what it was going to be. And we got a chance to do that. So, but your assessment is fair, because I was literally sitting on a C and a D until I got to that game. And then I was like, then I was a little bit more happier. And then I was like, okay, cool. This show wasn't a dumpster fire.
Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. And you're right. Janet Jackson did say it best. So, what have you done for me lately? Hargeet, I know you got something there to read, and then of course I want to get your comments and your score.
Yeah. So Thatch, remember 14 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thatch. Appreciate you re-upping. Awesome.
Yeah. So I thought this was a step up from a lot of their previous ones. I have found State of Plays. I've been, calling them State of Continuing Decay. I thought this was much better. This was way better. What I didn't see here, and why I wouldn't give it a 9, is there was nothing new. It was like there were a couple of like remaster things, but what they showed, a lot of it, I'm actually kind of interested in. And the updates gave me some things on Battlefield, and like you said, we got the release date on Crimson Desert, things like that. There was a lot of cool stuff in between that people kind of maybe aren't as interested in, but I thought it was good. I thought it was kind of good to see those things. There was like yesterday, Colt had said, "Hey, I want to see kind of what you're giving me as exclusive to the platform," which is fair from his perspective because this is not his main platform, right? But I'm like, equivalently, for those who have PlayStation as their main, they want to see all the stuff coming, right? And I think this is a good showcase of the variety of stuff that is coming. Granted, we saw all of it before, right? This was really just kind of updates. And that was the only disappointment I had, was like, show me one new thing, right? One big new, like, bombastic announcement, because that just brings so much more hype, right? But they didn't have anything. Fair enough. Whatever. It is what it is.
They canceled everything, Hargy.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
They canceled everything. That's why.
That's fair, right? They also have not
they
given us an update
canceled
on Marathon, which puts that in an interesting situation, right? But like, put that aside, fine. Sorrows, I didn't play Returnal. It's an interesting question of whether it is enticing enough for people to say, I'm going to spend $70 because they're going to charge you $70 for that game. Right. So I wish they hadn't done that with Returnal, because then they hadn't set that precedent. So Returnal, I think, would have been better at $40 or $50. I think it would have been a better game that it would have had more sales, because I think the price point of entry. So is this really worth $70? And people just said no, right? It's just obvious the sales numbers just aren't there, right? I don't know where that's going to lead this. We'll find out. But like, I'm not overly interested in Sorrows. Looks interesting enough, but is it $70 worth for me? I don't know. Wolverine. I am cautiously optimistic, as I keep saying, because of the one scene where you were on a rooftop, and that part just has me a little concerned.
Right. A
little concerned, right? Mostly like the fighting, and to your point, Ollie, it absolutely looks like it's borrowing from Spider-Man. Like you can see all the mechanics they have there. It absolutely is. And that's totally fine. I don't have any problem with that, because they did add the goriness, the upfront, like, using his claws. Great. It looks like it's doing the right things there. The sort of mentality and mood seems correct for, from what we've seen. So that looks good. I'm just concerned about that one piece. I don't want this to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man game with Wolverine in it. That's the one concern I have when he's on a rooftop. Like, so if that's part of like a cutscene, fine. If that's part of the gameplay, where I'm going around the city and like, I know. I'm very concerned about that piece. So that's why I'm cautiously optimistic. They're coming back in the spring. Tell us more. I'm hoping it's great. I'm hoping it'll be a really good game. Looking forward to seeing more. But overall, I give this a 7.5 to 8. I thought it was pretty good. I'm pleasantly surprised. They have something that seemed to string together some good stuff. But I've been very disappointed up to now with their state of plays. This was a good one. I liked it. Like, yes, there are a couple of games I don't care about, but there were a couple of big ones that I do care about. And they did actually give me some release dates, some new trailers. Great. That's good. So like Pearl Abyss, we got the release date, right? So for Crimson Desert. Awesome. So I think this was pretty good. But again, if they had given me that one big, like, here's a new game, that would have just put it over the top, right? But unfortunately, that wasn't there. But I thought it was pretty good. So,
the one thing I will give them a lot of credit for, which I think is very smart about what they did, is that every single game that they showed, except for 2, had definitive release dates. The 2 that didn't were The Last Epoch, was doesn't surprise me, right?
All right.
And then the other one was Wolverine by just saying fall. I mean, they at least gave a window for it, but that's it. Every other game they showed had a release date, and every release date is generally within the next 6 to 9 months, except for Wolverine. And that is the way I want all of my gaming shows. I don't, like every once in a while it's okay to be like, we have this game that's 12 months away, like kind of like Wolverine did, but I don't want the years and years to pass in between, a teaser trailer and then getting the game or it getting canceled like Perfect Dark did, right? So I would rather just do this. I think this is great.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, Hargee, and I'm going to tell you this, I agree with you with the price point is definitely going to be the thing that sticks with Saros, because even me being the biggest Housemarque stan that I am, I love that. I love that studio. When they showed Returnal and they said the price of it, I was like, I everywhere I was at it, I was like, not buying it. I'm not paying $70 for this game.
Yeah.
And I waited. And I did not get it until it hit PC. And when it hit PC, it wasn't $70. So I agree. And more than likely, as much as I like this game, I probably won't buy it day one, because there will probably be a whole bunch of other stuff that I will play. And I will just wait until it drops in price, and then I'll get it then. So I do think, but I don't think it's going to really grab that market at that price point that they have it at. So even being a person that loves what I saw there, I still think price to like fun ratio is still kind of out of balance. And I think that's not just with Sony, that's with a lot of pretty much everybody at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the budget for that thing to me warrants $70, but that's a Sony decision. Maybe they do the right thing and actually put it out at $40-$50. That'd be awesome.
Oh, they can follow Microsoft in that too. Let's do it.
Yeah. That'd be
follow
awesome,
Microsoft.
Right?
You're following them everywhere else. Follow them there too. Change the price. Let's go.
The speakers, that's an odd one. The controller. Look, at the anniversary, I was hoping for something different. The controller is pretty meh. Okay.
Everybody did. That's the point.
That's
and
fine.
I love God of War. It's my favorite franchise on PlayStation.
I was hoping for that trilogy. I was hoping for that, original trilogy brought up to speed on the current gen, bring it to PC. That did not happen. Like that to me would have been the right thing to do. Maybe it's not ready, maybe whatever it is, or maybe they're not doing it. But like a controller, really, that was what you're like. Okay, that just seemed like a waste. I would have much preferred they put out a trilogy, like the original trilogy, bring it to PS5, bring it to PC, and other platforms if you want to. That's up to them, whatever, right? But at least bring those forward. That is disappointing. I thought that controller was just such a waste. It doesn't even look that great. For those who like it, fine. I'm not going to get in your way, buy it if you like it. But like it's so bland. I'm like, what is this? Like seriously? But okay.
When I lost all hope for PlayStation and all their custom controllers, I swear they had the perfect opportunity with the Astrobot controller. When they released it, I told everybody, I was like, bro, if they make the eyes blink on that touchpad and put a digitized screen on it, because you could do a digitized touchscreen and charge $129 for that controller, I would have bought it day one. The moment I saw they just did the bare minimum, now it's still a good looking controller. I still didn't buy it even knowing I wanted to, but that was when I saw that I said they didn't even go the extra step to do that with that. So when I saw this, when I saw the God of War controller, I was like, that makes sense. They literally, I said, that makes sense. Because yes, if you look at the controller, you know what it is. It's not like it's unless you don't know God of War, that's the only way you don't know what it is. But if you know God of War and you see the controller, you see the slash, you kind of 80 to 90% of the people could probably say, oh, that's a special edition God of War controller. But it'll also tell you, why did they not go far enough? And that's the thing that's kind of been consistent with Sony with all of their controllers. They don't go far enough. Like the fact that when I was at work on Monday, Xbox released 3 controllers and they all look great. And I wanted to buy all 3 of them. but I'm not about to start a controller wall. That's that's out of the question. But that is the one thing we always, people always made fun about with Xbox with the jar on the table with a whole bunch of controllers in it. But that was something they were good at. They were good at making fun little devices for people to pick up. It's the one thing it's the thing you interact with the most when you're playing your game is your controller. I don't look at my system every day. I pick up the controller and I look at that every day. So I just want them to go a little bit further. And I was super disappointed with that God of War controller, but I actually like the speakers. I do like the speakers, but the thing is, being married, when am I going to be able to ever turn those things on to the point where I can experience them? Half the time I got headphones on because 2 doors up, my wife is
just
sleeping.
a second.
Like
The background looks better than the damn controller. Just saying.
No, right. Look at it. It's like y'all put more texture animation in the background than the controller. This the thing. They didn't even use the pearl white controller. So they didn't even use the $80 controller they're charging you for to like use as the template. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a controller, all right.
But I forgot about that part. I don't even want to think about it.
All right.
Oh, I do want to ask you.
Or?
No, yeah, we can move on. But I was listening to the show before I got here, and I got a couple of
Go for
Dave, do you live in a state with no state tax? Dave?
No, I have a state tax.
Yeah, you have state tax, right? Do you work for the government?
Do I work for the government?
Do you work for the government?
Nope.
Well, you don't have to pay taxes.
Do what?
I said, do you work for the government? So that means you pay taxes, right?
I do have to pay taxes.
State and everything. $9.99 is $1,000, bro.
$9.99 is $9.99 before tax.
$9.99
before tax.
Listen. Just because Microsoft ain't getting the extra $60 in tax, and like for me, it's 6% sales tax. Just because Microsoft ain't getting the 60% sales tax, I'm still paying it.
It's 10 and a quarter here. Okay.
See, 10 and a quarter, 10%. What?
Now wait a minute. Now.
So that means you're paying $1,125 for that thing.
Not because she's not buying one.
No, see, listen, bro, that's $1,000 handheld. I don't care what anybody say. If I got out of my pocket came an extra $60.
You selling at GameStop?
Yes.
You selling at GameStop?
No, Best Buy selling them.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because if you're selling a game, does Best Buy still do trade-ins?
Well, no, GameStop doesn't sell it, but
I don't know.
I think
they used to.
Amazon had it, Best Buy had it, Asus
Microsoft
had
store.
it, and Microsoft had it.
Yeah.
Are you going? So you trading something in?
But Amazon had it as well.
I didn't know. I was just asking if you could.
Oh, I don't know. If you could, then it wouldn't be $1,000.
There you go.
I tried to sell my Ally to GameStop, and they were like, no. We don't take those.
It's like, we're not trained to take that. I don't know what that is. But no, I just had to say something because you were driving me up the wall as I was driving home.
Was that you crazy?
Yes, I was like, you say it's $999.99. It's like
it is $999. That's what the price is,
and I gotta pay it in sales tax. I pay?
You know, now if I bought it off the Army base, then I wouldn't have to pay a tax.
But that's why I asked. I said, do you live somewhere you don't have to pay taxes?
No,
I had to qualify it before I got into this argument with you.
No argument. It's all right.
Oh, I love you too.
I love you so much. You have no idea, but that's all right. Yeah, it's the slander that you were bringing. No, I'm just kidding.
I haven't seen you in a while. I had to.
You are more than welcome to. Always welcome from you, sir. That's you. But it's still $9.99 plus tax. I'm just saying. That's tax, right? There's tax. But how much does it cost? Less than $1,000. Anyway, so before taxes, I gotta. Hey, look, there's an asterisk. I'm gonna throw it in there. Just saying. But no, all right. You made your point. Disagree, but you made your point. I'm just kidding. All right, so let's do a spit take. All right, go ahead.
Music 72, member for 6 months. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for that. So, Hargeet, before we move on, let's get the poll. I'm gonna end the poll. You got it where you can see it once I end it. You ready? It'll be in the chat.
I mean, I see it, but yeah.
Okay. All right, so it'll populate up there any second now. There we go.
It did. Yeah.
So read the question and the answers and what the percentages are.
Sure. All right. So I'm on the right side. Okay. So I have it at Xbox handheld. Did you buy one? No way, not for me. 40%. So a little less than half. Did not want to get it at all. Yes, the ROG Xbox Ally X at $1,000. 27%. Not yet, but soon at 27% as well, just below. And then yes, but the $600 one, which is 6%. So, and that was with 155 votes.
Yeah. Now to be fair, Forte, on the poll it says at $9.99. I'm just kidding.
You don't want to go down this road again.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
You don't want to go down this road. I was sitting on the I was driving to work. I was driving home.
Is that correct?
Cussing at my radio with you coming through it. It's like he is gaslighting me perfectly right now. Being a person that works in retail and sees sale, people is like, "Oh, why is it $8 more? Did you put something on my receipt that I didn't want?" No, it's called sales tax.
Oh goodness. That's yeah. Well, being as a
Bash says at Forte, my 13% laughs at your 6%. 13% sales tax.
Nope.
Jeez Louise.
I feel for y'all.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I could always drive up to New Hampshire. I'm pretty close. I could.
Well, the one thing I will say though, if you do have a high sale, I have noticed if you do have a higher sales tax, that means you live in an area that probably pays more minimum wage than most.
Yeah,
meaning you make a little bit more money on the working to make up for it. At least I hope so. You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like no, not at all here.
Yeah, I don't know that New Hampshire.
See, I feel like the upcharge for living in those areas is not commiserate with
it. Doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't equal.
But either way,
math doesn't math. I'm with you.
The math ain't mathin'.
Yeah. It ain't mathing.
All right. Should we move on to the Tokyo Game Show, or should we go to Ghost of Yote, or we do have Silent Hill, and then the player counts.
We can jump into the next big one if you want to.
It's TGS. Let's do it. Let's do TGS.
Let me back out of this real quick, and I'll bring up the other footage.
All right. This time Forte. I'm assuming you watched Xboxes, and I don't know if you caught up with the rest of TGS's stuff, but what are your overall thoughts?
There was only one thing
Xbox showcase and all the other stuff from TGS.
There's only one thing that I cared about at the Xbox showcases is the most unkept secret ever. Where was Forza Horizon gonna be? And I saw it, and they disappointed me by just showing me a freaking garage. What, bro? They disappointed me with that one. I almost turned it off after I was like, why you just show me a garage? I said, is this like a contraband situation where you don't want to show me the game? But no, TGS in general was really, really good. The one thing I will always give Xbox is they get a lot of good partnerships out of TGS. The atmosphere was really good. Shout out to the Lords. I was watching a lot of the stuff that they were doing out there. Blessed to see them guys out there having fun.
Definitely.
But I just think in general, first of all, it was super. When I woke up when it actually started, it was like, what time was it when I was watching it? Like 6 o'clock in the morning for me, and I had just dropped my daughter off at the bus stop, and I was watching some of it. But honestly, I'm just gonna tell you this: the only thing I cared about was Forza, and once I saw that it was in Japan, I was good.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I cared about. And then just a lot of the ancillary things that kind of got showcased there. Ninja Gaiden, once again, looks amazing. Can't wait for that to finally come out. I think in November. So I can't remember the date. But looking forward to that. And then on top of that, it just really came back to I need to get out there one of these times because it's the thing about TGS. Watching it is one thing, experience it, knowing I talk to people that's been there, it's a whole nother experience. So that's kind of what I need to do one of these times. But I ain't gonna lie, as soon as I saw the Forza thing, that's all I wanted to see. And I ain't even watch it live at that point. I just came back and just skimmed through that part just to check it out. But it is kind of disappointing, I will say, about the ROG once again being cheaper there. I get it, but it's just one of those things that kind of just irks me a little bit. But I don't blame them because it does get upcharged because we live in another country. But it is what it is. But I think the show was great. The little parts that I did catch, I just didn't catch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's October 20, by the way, for Ninja Gaiden. That's coming up.
Oh, it is October.
A month away.
End of this month.
Yep. Yeah, well, less than a month away, right? We're in September, end of September right now. But yeah, I guess Forte, before you get out there, maybe you should come out to June
Where?
Showcase.
What?
LA. Come to LA
LA
in June.
in June.
Yeah, because it's gonna be big this year.
Bro.
See, I was supposed to do that in 2020, had it paid for and everything, and life happened.
It's gonna be big this year.
Okay, so I'll tell you the only reason.
Come on up.
25th anniversary. We'll see you there.
No, I agree. Okay, this
Holly will be there.
Listen, that will get me there.
There you go.
No, listen, this is my problem. My anniversary is June 11th, and it's like always the showcase is always circled at.
It's before that.
Usually, it's
always
like,
it's usually the first week.
It's always the second weekend.
Second Sunday of June.
Yeah.
So it depends on what I haven't looked yet. What is the second Sunday of June this year? Maybe I
think it'll end
if
up
you
being the
bring
7th,
her with
actually.
you,
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
This is gonna want to go places.
Oh man, it's gonna be so much fun.
That's not terrible, That's
No,
fine.
no,
But
I
I have to
it'll end up
untie
being-
her from the basement and let her out. I'll never get her back.
No,
I mean-
that's not gonna take me off the hook of going where she wants to go to. It's not like I can substitute this trip for another
Take it to
trip.
Disneyland.
What?
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it'll be June 7th. I think that's probably going to be the date.
Okay, if it's no, it's going to be June 14th. Watch.
No, it's
No.
definitely not going to be the middle of it. It's going to be June 7th.
No, I mean June 7th is June. Oh yeah, because the first is a Monday. So
See,
it'll
you
be
can-
that first.
And then
Sunday.
you'll be home just in
Yeah,
time
it'll
for
be
your
that
anniversary. It'd be great. And she'll
Or
miss
I mean,
you.
you could make like Holly say, make a trip. Anyway, let's not delve too far into it. But we got to get.
Well, you
out
could just
June
go up to
Showcase.
Napa. You know what I mean? Just take a
There's
little
plenty of
hot
stuff out
flight
there.
up to-
Yeah.
I will talk to my wife and see if she wants to go with me.
Would love to have you there.
Well, I would love to be there because I would love to see you guys.
yeah.
Yeah,
be
yeah.
awesome.
And then hopefully you can get into the Keeley stuff, right? To get into the play days and all that stuff. But then, whatever. We'll get to that. Either way,
Cool. We'll work on it.
Holly, your thoughts on TGS?
I watched it. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Doesn't sound
Okay,
good at all.
I don't feel bad that I skimmed through most of it now. But go
I
ahead.
watched it later, right? Like, because it was on at like 5 for me or something like that, right? So
Yeah.
I watched it. But to be honest, I kept finding myself like looking at something else, looking at my phone. Like, there's nothing that really captured me. But I'm also, I'm not the intended audience, I don't think, for
Right.
this show, right? First of all, as Hargeet painfully knows, that I don't love a lot of Eastern games. Like, it's just not really my jam. I don't like anime. So, like, yeah. So, there you go. That's usually the reaction. I am probably in the minority. I
gasp.
just don't like it. I just don't.
Not for everybody.
And I do like Eastern style games. Like I can't wait to play Rise of Ronin, stuff like that, right? Like, but it just wasn't for me. It just really wasn't for me. And Forza Horizon does not typically excite me. I did play a ton of Horizon 5. I thought that game was just a lot of fun. It was fantastic. But Forza doesn't. It doesn't.
Oh man,
it doesn't do a lot for me. But what I did like that they did is that they said Xbox and PC with PlayStation at a later date, and they just put it all out there on the table and said it's coming everywhere, but it's a timed exclusive, and we'll let you know later when it is. That way, there's no question, there's no ambiguity. It eliminates all of the one more big thing like they did last year with Indiana Jones. with Gamescom. So I think that's great. I think they should always just put on the moniker at the end where it's going and if it's at the same time or if it's going to be staggered. You don't necessarily have to give dates for both, but just one or the other. Here's what's happening with it. Done.
right?
Yep.
I agree with that.
So nothing else stood out for you at all. That was it. That's your highlights. What score would you give it?
I don't even want to score it because it's
Okay.
so not for me. It's not fair. Like I don't want to be rude to people who do like the genres. It's just not for me.
What are you?
Forte,
what
did
are
we get a
you-
score from you?
Why would you really want that?
See?
Why would you really want that score? No,
We value your opinion.
no. When I tell you that I am 100% lock and step with her on this, it's like, I like anime and I love it, but it's like by the time, okay, if I had to give it a score, I would give it a solid B for the things they did show, that because there were some things that did excite me that I know are coming, but there's also a lot of things that I know they hit a little bit harder for other people, like depending on the demographic that you're playing in. But it was a good show, but I just don't feel because I just skimmed through a lot of it. It wasn't for me. Like it was like put like this. That whole show, for the most part, was like watching the PlayStation show for me, where the PlayStation show was okay. It wasn't horrible, but all that stuff in the middle, I was like, I don't care about none of this. And then it was just the fact that it was like super early in the morning too, like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, and the only reason I tuned in is because I wanted to see like the beginning of the show because I knew we were going to probably talk about it. Mm-hmm. But it's just like more of, I think the biggest thing that's really happening now is because unless you know there's something huge going to be there that you want to see, it's like you kind of treat like these events like the games you want to buy. Like a lot of my budget in gaming has gotten funneled to other things because gaming just isn't it right now when it comes to certain things. Like I'm looking forward to Battlefield. I'm looking forward to dang. Is there anything else I'm looking forward to this year other than Battlefield? See, the thing about Arc Raiders, I am actually excited for that, but I played 10 years of Destiny and I don't know if I want to jump into that.
Oh, it's very different.
It is, but see, I have an addictive personality when it comes to games like that, where I don't know how to let go. And I finally let go of Destiny 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. And it felt great to not be a slave to that game anymore. Mm-hmm. So part of me wants to do it, and I see it and I'm definitely going to try it, but I don't want to say I'm excited for it because the moment I do that, I go down the rabbit hole of looking at all the content, looking at all the little dev updates, and then I start getting invested into that game. And then next thing I know, I'm making content for it. And I don't want to do that. But if I do that, then I'm stuck. So I kind of just know myself in that regard. But now that you say it, that is a game I'm looking forward to. It's just a game that I'm just like kind of cautiously saying, okay, that gameplay looks really, really freaking good, but
It's good. Did you play?
No, I purposely did not play the beta. I purposely didn't.
There's another one, October 17th to 19th, Server Slam. Nope. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, there's also Outer Worlds 2 is coming out next month.
Are we gonna keep our gear this time? Are our characters gonna walk around with no clothes again? That's what I want to know about about Outriders. I lost my character for like
Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds. Too.
Oh, I thought you said Outriders. I was going to say,
yeah.
Okay, Outer Worlds.
He's thinking.
They did drop the price of the game because they said $80, and I was kind of
Well, it's on Game Pass too.
Yeah, but I'm gonna play it on PC.
Yeah, it's on PC Game Pass.
PC Game Pass. Never mind. I don't know. Oh, well, I'm definitely gonna play it. I'm telling you, when I tell you that I have a narrow, okay, I'm gonna show you where my budget and stuff went to. 76, I say 60% of it. 60% of my gaming budget has transferred over to this right here.
Oh, are you in Pokemon?
No.
Are there Pokemon?
Yes, 60% of it.
Are you doing it purely for the mega card that will give you all of the money back when you sell it for thousands of dollars?
No, I do. No. I have so my favorite Pokemon is Typhlosion. I stopped collecting back in 2021 because I just was like, I'm done. And then it came out with earlier this year for a set, they released a full art card for my favorite Pokemon that's never had one before. And my associate showed it to me, and I said, I must have that card. And just like you were just talking about Arc Raiders, this is when I know my addictive personality kicks in, because I could have just went and got that card, but no. I started collecting all the cards and buying all the sets, and ever since March of this year, I've been spending just stupid amounts of money on Pokemon cards, and not even to really sell it. Like, I have master set binders and collectors of stuff sitting up there on the counter. Like, I have binders of the whole set. Like, 3 of the sets are mastered already because I just like collecting and seeing it in a binder. I'm already this new set just came out Friday, and I'm already 80% through it. 80% of the cards are already collected. So that's kind of where a lot of my focus is went to. So when I tell you, when it comes to gaming, it has to be something I am super 100% in, like Battlefield. I'm in. Already paid. $100 version already paid for. Can't wait for it to come out. Silk Song. Ooh, Shalong. Loving it. Love Silk Song. It might need a difficulty slider. I never said that in my life, but that game is that game is stupid. Why are you making that face, Hargee? Like
I'm just waiting for this to end.
Like, what is this game?
Pokemon?
What is this song? Who shall I? You got to play. If you haven't played it, you'll know.
I haven't played it. Like Silk Song, obviously
the vendors are awesome in there, and you just start singing and humming their hymns and stuff. It's kind of crazy, but Silk Song Day One was in there. Battlefield Day One was in there. Donkey Kong Bonanza in there Day One. Bravely Default 2 jumped in that on Bravely Default, not 2, but what is it, Fairy Tales or whatever it's called. Did that on Switch 2. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's like it literally has to be something that like a no-brainer, because I feel like they shortchange us so much on games now. Like it's not even a joke how much they shortchange. It's like, unless it is something that is like revolutionary or something, or a franchise I'm 100% in, like God of War. If there's a God of War game, I'm there day one, no matter what. Because I love God. That's the only reason I bought a PlayStation for God of War. As much as I am mad at them about the Halo franchise sometimes, I'm there day one for Halo. I was there day one for Gears because I'm a huge Gears person. Forza, I'm there for Forza. That's the main reason I stayed up to watch the show, was because I wanted to hear it out their mouths and say it was coming to Japan or Tokyo. So that's where that is. But I definitely understand where people are talking about when it comes to, like, you know, where they are with gaming and everything, because it's super saturated, but is it saturated with the things you like? Compared to like when we were younger, Xbox was the shooter box. I'm a huge shooter. When I was younger, I used to be huge into RPGs. Not as much into RPGs as I used to be. I used to be huge into sports, but then even that took away, and I haven't played a Madden since 2015. So everything kind of changes. So when I looked at Tokyo Game Show, I was like, these are all really, really cool games that I probably would have liked 10 years ago. And that's just kind of where it goes at that point. But doesn't mean it wasn't good. Doesn't mean it wasn't bad. So if I had to grade it off of what I saw, I would still give it a B because I like to give the curve of, yes, I understand these aren't for me. And I know, but what I saw was really good. I did see good things. I just didn't see those things that like. If I had to grade it for me, I'm like, it's a C. But if I grade it on the curve that, that game looks really cool. If I was into that, I could see myself playing it. Like I can see that a game like Scarlet Nexus, when it came out, was super cool. I actually played a little bit of it. Wasn't a game that I was really into, but I was playing it with slow-mo. We wanted to talk about it on the show. So I got about halfway through the game and I really, really enjoyed it. Still never finished it to this day because it wasn't something that was going to keep me playing it compared to some other stuff. But that's kind of where I think I am, or a lot of people are with it. It's like, what are we actually doing to like entice ourselves, or what are they doing to entice us to spend our money on these games to be excited for the next thing that's coming out? Because there's so much of it every day. It's a new thing coming.
There you go. Well, there's a lot of stuff coming all over the place for sure, and I love it. I love it. Hargeet, what are you exactly?
That's what she said.
Put your eyes out. Anyway, what? All right. What? Anyway, so Hargeet, what are your thoughts on the Tokyo Game Show and the presentation that we had? Your thoughts?
So Tokyo itself is, the game show. There's a lot more than just Xbox, but let's stick to Xbox first. This part of it pissed me off. They showed the stupid ROG Ally and did not give us the price. What the hell? After all this time, still no price. Didn't even bother to say, oh, check in at 8:00 Eastern time for the drop of the pre-order and price. Nope. Just mentioned it and then left it alone. I'm like, come on. I knew at that point that they hadn't, in that they didn't put the price here, the price was going to suck because they didn't want to drag the show down. So I already knew that. That was kind of a given, right? But why the heck couldn't you at least say at 8:00 Eastern or whatever regions you want to say, you can check out the price and the pre-orders information, right? They should have put that there. That was stupid. This show was, as we've noted, kind of focused on the Asia market. And I found it kind of boring. I just did not care about much of it. There were some things that were good, but a lot of it was like, okay. The new announcements were like, yeah, whatever. It kind of had that same feel of nothing new that mattered outside of Forza. But we all knew Forza. We all knew it. Everybody, it was leaked well ahead of time. And stupidly, Xbox themselves leaked the whole bloody thing right before the show. So
that's true.
Whatever. Okay, major fail, but whatever. So, and I don't remember who said it, but the whole thing that they did was a teaser of this was where we were on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's what, okay, that's cool. But I kind of wanted to see more. Now, I think why they didn't show anything, this is just speculation on my part.
We
keep hearing rumors of potentially Project whatchamacallit? Names totally skipped me. The next Magnus. Yeah. Project Magnus, the next Xbox, is coming out next year. And if it is, this is a cross-gen game. Guaranteed, right? And it's likely going to launch with that console. If it is, they're going to wait to announce the console and then tell you, here's what it looks like on that console, right? So I think that's why they held back on it, but we'll see. They're saying early next year, Dev Direct, we're going to find out what's going on with this game.
Dev Direct, what?
Dev Direct. That obviously is what they're going to do, right? So, fine, cool. I didn't wake up early because I usually wake up at 6 anyway. So, I watched this thing, wasted my time on it, and I said, meh.
Wow.
Just meh.
I don't see this is what I'm talking about. I don't feel bad. I felt bad. I don't even feel bad because we're 3 for 3 right now when it comes to this. It's like
I say 6.5 at best.
Malone Island.
Very generous at 6.5.
Bro.
This was boring. Boring. I had to wait until the freaking end to just even see the thing that I cared about, which again was just a slap in the face of it's coming. It's going to be in Japan. I could have gotten that from the announcement you leaked. I don't like it. It was worthless. Anyway, what really pissed me off though was that freaking ROG Ally. Here it's coming. We're not going to tell you anything about it, even though it's coming out in freaking 2 weeks. We're not going to tell you. Oh, okay, really, that was just a massive fail. That was a massive fail. That just should not have happened. But anyways, overall, I found that pathetic. Now, the other thing that I was expecting was Sega was supposed to tell us about the games that they were going to talk about. They don't have a showcase. 4 games. I was expecting them to talk about here. They didn't. But we did find out about them. They have a new Virtua Fighter coming out.
Okay.
And there's now a redo of 3, Yakuza 3. It's going to be Yakuza Kiwami 3. However, they added a whole new game on top of it called Dark Ties. So you'll have a double header sort of in one game. So that's coming as well, right? I don't think they gave us a date for that, but that's pretty cool. So those are the things I got out of Tokyo Game Show. There were a couple of other things here, but mostly it was just updates. I mostly did not go over new stuff. It was just kind of stuff that we had, previously announced. It was kind of being showcased here in the Asian market in Tokyo. Fair enough. But that was kind of all I got out of TGS. Overall, just whatever.
That was brutal. Man. That was brutal.
But it is like there wasn't anything that felt like a big announcement. They didn't even have a big game come to Game Pass. They barely announced Game Pass at all.
Right.
Like they barely mentioned Game Pass. They didn't even mention it for their own games at times. And I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Like, anyway, whatever. I give up on their. This is reverting back to like the pre Tina Mini time when they didn't know how to do showcases. I'm like, what the heck? This is just crap. What are you doing? So, but either way, fine. This is what TGS is. Good enough.
What Dave did not expect.
Weird.
He didn't expect this turn. I will say, Hargeet, because I definitely want to hear what Dave has to say. Hargeet, because this is going to be interesting. The thing for me, like you said with Forza, that's why I led off with it. I was super excited for it. It's early in the morning. I just want to see. I already know it's here. I already know where it's going to be. I just want to hear it from your mouth. And then they slap you in the face with a garage trailer. And I was like, what? And then during the show, I looked at it and I was like, this is something. Okay. Then we get on DPS. I'm talking to Slow-Mo. And the first thing I said was, Slow-Mo, remember when they announced and showed off, not announced, but when they showed off Forza Horizon 5 for the first time, and they had a screenshot up of a dirt road with a street with rocks all around and the dynamic lighting and everything. And they were just talking about how they went out and they photographed these rocks. And that's why you're looking at the screenshot and it looks awesome. And it was like, they showed the change in lighting and everything. I was like, that's cool. And then they came out and said, but we want to introduce you to the new game, Forza Horizon 5. Then all of a sudden, cars go shooting through the scene. And I was like, yo, that was a video the whole time. Ever since I saw that, I was like, dog, that was the greatest way you can announce a video game when it comes to a car game.
Right?
When
they
I
went
saw
from that
to this, and it pissed me off even more. So I was like, so how to. So part of me feels like, yes, you could be right about they want to, if Magnus is next year, they kind of want to duck tie it to that and show both at the same time. Yeah. But I also know that you release your games on every platform, PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 Pro, PC, and I don't care what Magnus is, it will still not look better than a high-end PC. So you can still show me the game and get me excited for what it's going to look like now for a person. Yes, you may not show it on an Xbox. Half these games, you don't show that on a console anyway. You're showing them on a high-end PC anyway. So you could have showed me it and got me excited for pixels. Guess what? Is this actually, we're looking at Flight Sim right now. I love Flight Sim, by the way. It's one of my favorite games to play. I actually bought I have the yoke, the yaw, the throttles, and everything for it. Do you think this says engine for PlayStation 5? I don't know. It most likely could be, but I also know this game looks just as good, if not a little bit better, with compression and stuff on PC. So you can show these things off anywhere and get the excitement, because I would have just liked a scene of it drifting around a corner in Tokyo to like kind of land the fact that that's where we're at. And they didn't do that. Am I going to kill him for it? No. I'm just not going to sit here and say, oh, that was great. I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, and all you showed me was a garage.
Yep.
And that pissed me off too.
Sorry,
Dave.
No, you're fine. Nothing to be sorry for.
Now, Dave.
Yes.
How did you watch this live, or did you like?
I did watch it live because I work at overnights. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, cool. And so, what did you think of this show in general?
It was 11 out of 10. I'm just kidding. It was. I'd say I give it. I give it an 8 out of 10. To be honest with you. Okay. I thought some good things in there for sure. But that's just me. That's just me. I like a lot of the Japanese takes on games. I'm a big fan of RPGs and classics. Like what's on your screen right now. I think it looks amazing. I love that kind of stuff. Just I'm an old school gamer, so I've grown up through it all, from the little pixels to all the way to the hardcore graphics we have now. I just pretty much just love gaming in general, and I thought it was pretty good. Now, granted, did I want to see more on the Forza? Yes, yeah. Did I expect to see more? Maybe a little bit more, but I think some of the things they still want to keep under their belt, because there's a rumor that it's not only are you going to have like the open worldness that we've had in the past couple of Forzas, but there's that they've added some extra driving elements. We've even heard that there's even possibly drift matches, kind of like what's really big in Japan, that they've actually added those elements to the game. If you get certain kind of cars, which we know now from some of the leaks, that those kind of cars are actually in the game for like a Tokyo drifting. So possibly there's those mechanics have been added into the new game. I don't know, but it makes sense if they're trying to to add the fun fact and to really bring it home for that kind of that part of the world. But I don't know for sure. But we're going to find out. That's for sure. When are we going to find out? I don't know. But it's nice to know that it is finally coming, and this is definitely the time, and it was a good place to announce it because. Japan is where they were, so why not announce it there? Did I want to see more? Yes, of course I want to see more. Everybody wants to see more. But then again, usually you don't see reveals from that studio until it's like as far as hardcore, like the graphics or actual gameplay, until they're about 6 months or less away from actually having the game in your hands. So maybe we are going to get that pretty soon, but not now. But maybe soon,
Yeah, I mean, to the point of that trailer, you got more information on the Xbox Wire, post about it afterwards. And it's like, well, why didn't you just freaking tell us all that stuff? Like, you went through all this with other interviews with other people. Wouldn't it be nice to have that, like, detailed out by the people making the game as part of the, introduction, right? Anything. But, Forte, you're 100% right. That was one of the best freaking intros to a game like ever in a freaking trailer. Because, everybody thought that was a panning video of the real world. And suddenly that you see the fucking cars come by and you're like, wait, this is the fucking game? Mm-hmm. Holy shit. This is the game. Oh my God.
Everything changed for everybody as soon as that happened.
Like that. You're like, holy shit. Like, wow. Yep. They had a chance to do that. They didn't do it.
Yep.
But then again, they are going to have a lot more chances to do that in the future. Tokyo Game Show is its own animal. It's its own element. Maybe my expectations weren't what yours were. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this game. That's going to be amazing. Coming to Game Pass day one. And that was, we got to see a lot more of that. And I'm looking.
That game's going to be awesome, bro.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's gonna be good. And there's a lot. I thought there was a lot of good stuff here too. But that's kind of my score. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Obviously, not everybody on the panel feels the same way I do.
I hear 7 out of 10 coming out of your voice.
It's a 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
I hear 7 out of 10.
Out of 10. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I'm sticking to my guns.
Is this a high school grading? Is this high school grading or kindergarten grading?
Wow, man, he's just beating me up, ain't he? Left and right. That's right.
Wow.
That's right. Thanks.
What's the grading scale here?
Man, I hope you never invite me to your show because I'm gonna unleash
Listen, I want you to get me in slow mo to smoke if you come on there.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No, you're more than welcome to give me smoke all you want to. But no, seriously, that's just
No, this is just fun.
It is fun. It is fun. But I really don't. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. And PlayStation One, I thought it was good. It had some elements to it that were good. But we need to see more from PlayStation. Obviously, maybe they don't have more to show right now. And it's not that's I'm not saying PlayStation's dead, all that kind of bullshit. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to admit that they've had to make changes because of some of the gas games have been canceled. So it's obviously thrown a wrench into a lot of their plans and stuff they probably were already way into development. And now they're having to do some changes. So that's just the way it is. You can't just be ready overnight. Microsoft, when the pandemic hit, there was a whole year of hardly anything or next to nothing coming out from them. Oh no, first party, no this, no that, no that. Well, it's because they were fixing problems they had and trying to get things underway. Just the way it is.
Well, I was telling people even then, and that's the thing, people kind of look at things through different lenses.
Mm-hmm.
When Xbox was not having games in 2020, 2021, almost partly through 2021, but when they didn't have any real games that came out for a whole calendar year, people was like, Xbox wasn't ready, this and that. And then they said PlayStation had games. I said, no. I told people that I said PlayStation just happened to be ahead of time, ahead of schedule on a lot of the games they were developing before COVID. Xbox purchased 90%. People don't keep forgetting that they only have three studios going into 2016. They purchased all the other ones in 2020, in 2018, 2019. And then a good majority of those studios had released games right around the time that they were purchased. If you start, so that kind of tells you that the next game is going to be a while.
Yeah.
So when COVID hit, that just evaporated the situation by adding extra time where PlayStation just, hummed along, had some games come out. But then what happened with them after all those games released? They went a good 2 years with pretty much one game, game. Because guess what? They hit the wall that Microsoft hit in 2020. Sony just didn't hit it till 2022.
Yeah,
because they had games that were ready to release there and that. So everybody was affected the same. It's just the timeline hit people differently. Xbox had to wait longer because the studios they purchased had to make the games for them for the first time. And PlayStation had games in development. But then once those games came out, now you're looking at the long tail of all of these games and they're finally coming out of it. But why do you think everyone's talking? Insomniac released the game instantly. Spider-Man came out in 2018. Spider-Man 2 came out. They had a game within 2 years ready to go. What have you seen from them since?
Right.
And Wolverine's going to be the next big one for them. Yeah. That was 4 years ago, bro. 3 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
So
no, Spider-Man 2 came out in 2023, to be fair, and Miles Morales came out in 2020.
Well, Miles Morales, that's what I'm thinking. Yes, Miles Morales was the one that came out.
Ratchet came out in 2021.
In 2021. They had a bunch of games that came out consistently. And then it doesn't. But now you're seeing the 3 year window for them hit now because of everything is kind of settled in for them. But every studio wasn't ready for that. The fact that Naughty Dog hasn't come out with a game in a decade is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And to be fair, Sony, all their studios that they have, with the exception of they bought their studios too. Just saying, they did buy.
They could have one of them. The one studio they can have now because they're trash.
But they were all purchased. They weren't created organically.
Oh
yeah, they created Japan studios. We're
gonna throw organic growth out the window now. I agree with you. I threw that out the window a long time ago when people was like, "Oh, we purchased it Bungie because we have this great relationship with them." Like what? No, you purchased them because you didn't know what the hell you were doing,
and they didn't know what they were buying either.
And now you regret it.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet they do. That's an expensive mistake. But thanks, Jim. I mean, where's he at? I'm sorry. Well, he gave out cookies when he left for his retirement. That's right.
with a white shirt on, with a white T-shirt on.
He did. Wife beater. Well, okay. So Hargit, let you read those, and then we'll get to
Soul Tech. Hey, shout out to Soul Tech. Became a YouTube member. Thank you very much. And then Soul Tech gives us $2. Getting my popcorn ready for #Darky. Oh, if you know, you know. Okay.
If you know, you know.
Oh, we know. We know. We definitely know. That's all right. Let's see. Just see who's gonna be later to send the show to. Okay. There we go. All right. So we can go plenty of different directions as we kind of start to wrap things up here toward the end. But a couple people have brought this up in the chat and they want us to go to it. So I thought, well, let's just go to this. It is Mike Ibarra's comments. Yeah, I don't know if anybody has read these, but yeah. So IGN put out a post saying Sony is calling the PlayStation 5 generation console its most successful to date, after reaching a milestone of 136 billion so far, in under 5 years in its lifespan. So yeah, it's a big, calls it their most successful, and it has been. And then. But Mike says, but hey, the console market isn't a successful business. It is if you want to do it right. Ooh, taking little swings at Microsoft, I think, is what he's doing there. And then there is some other comments. Somebody says, "Oh, he's a little bitter," and then he replied, "Your console is dead."
Yeah, Mike Ibarra.
Wow.
He knows how to gaslight people.
He does. So yeah, then there's a few other comments out there, and yeah. So he's a bitter little man, is what I would say. But that's okay. He's been fired twice by Microsoft, and apparently for good reason. But let's see.
Someone said just like your career.
Yeah. I like that one. Yeah. It says, was it desperately trying to stay relevant by showcasing their previous jobs? Yeah, exactly. Where he used to work, because it puts them still relevant in his comments.
A lot of former in there.
Mm-hmm. A lot of former. But
Wow.
And then of course other people are like just reminding him of the new stuff that's coming, and Sarah's comments that biggest leap and console, coming.
that message on the screen right now is the one that tells the most. It's like, it's dead yet PlayStation just published Helldivers on it. Makes sense. Listen, the moment that they put that game on it, because people kept saying, the whole narrative between when it was a true console war is like, oh, we don't want those games because nobody's gonna play them over here, or there's no games, or nobody buy games on PlayStation, on Xbox. But I said, as soon as I saw this, I said, you know what this says? Sony looked at the numbers and said, people actually do buy games on Xbox. So, because why would they put that game over there if nobody would buy it?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I said, y'all basically, Sony just shut all y'all up by literally saying, it is not a free-to-play game. Because people say, oh, free-to-play games can go anywhere, or games deserve. But this is a game you got to pay for, bro.
Yep, you do.
It's not in Game Pass. So it's pretty interesting how a lot of this stuff kind of like reverses itself over time. And the thing I used to like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like it, because I do like Mikey Barr. I used to be in his streams on Mixer because he was like, true gamer. He was always playing games. He was playing a lot of Diablo. He would play Call of Duty and stuff. But he's been so sour ever since all that stuff. Like the first time he got let go by Microsoft, and then, like you said, the second time he got let go by Microsoft. It's just, at a certain point, it's kind of let it go at this point.
And we definitely know why. Because his attitude is kind of shitty. Kind of
it's
bitter.
Funny. It is funny, but like someone said, like, you were an executive at a Fortune 5 company. Not the fact, like, it's not even the fact that everybody can have fun. That's fine, but and maybe it's not fair, But when you're in a medium like this, a gaming medium where it's about entertainment, you really can't, like what you say in private to people can't be said out loud to the masses.
Right.
That's why he makes the big bucks at the job that he has now, where he's the CEO of Prize Picker, which is a gambling site. So
right,
that's the point. And that's the point. Look, you could even tie that to what happened a couple weeks ago, right? With the stuff at Sucker Punch and some of the Bethesda things and all of that. Is that, like, especially with Mike Ibarra in this, like, I actually feel bad for the guy because I think he probably, like, nobody knows what actually happened behind closed doors, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know all of the conversations and all of the things, right? Like, but at the end of the day, whatever did happen is at this level, right? Especially at this level, at any in any professional job, which is why I say you could also tie it to the people who are out in their feelings, right?
Yeah.
In Twitter and angry posts, is that in any professional job, and especially at his level with the millions of dollars he's probably making right now, is that when you're that mad, you don't let your feelings come out in an offhand tweet. Like, this is just an offhand tweet. He probably just got a lot of flack for the first couple things because he's always been really good about saying things, but with enough frosting on them to not be aggressively uncomfortable, right? Like, it's clear he's taking digs, but they're veiled, right? Through that corporate mishmash.
Right.
But that your console is dead is just
That's a
him
shot.
just like he's just tired of all the crap,
That's a
right?
shot.
And just
Yeah.
boom. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't regret like that little moment of composure, but it's not like you can delete it now, right? The internet's forever and these people are
Forever.
screenshotting this thing.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
did. But at that level, even though he's not in gaming anymore, when you do that stuff, people see that you do that stuff and it affects your professionalism. It affects your job, right? It affects the people that work around you. It affects the business deals that you're in. It affects all of those things. Maybe not wholeheartedly, but people see it. People know. People get rumblings, right? Like they hear from a friend because it's not like he's an, you know, he's just he's the mailman, you know, at Xbox, right? Like, or the mailman at Prize Picks. Like he's the big boss, and so people talk, right? And he knows a lot of people. So I just think, like, I give him a lot of leeway because I do like Mike Ibarra. I think we don't know what happened, and I do think nothing is ever 100% one thing, right? Like there's always a little give and take on both sides. Whatever that was, it doesn't even matter because the point is you gotta control yourself enough in public media like this, and he kind of lost it just a little bit this time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree, and that's kind of how I looked at it. I was like, dang, it's like because you find yourself, like I said, the person, like the interactions, like if you're in a stream with him when he was streaming and stuff, he was like cool dude, just hanging out, gave away free codes and stuff when he was with Xbox and everything. Even when he was with Blizzard, he was doing the same thing. But it's like literally, it's like that moment where you know that everything is getting to you, and you just feel like you have to latch out. And my boss always my boss taught me this a long time ago. When you're pissed about something, you don't lash out to the people underneath. And not trying to say that just because you're a CEO that you're over people. That's not the thing. It's just that you never lash out to the majority of people that see you in a position of power. You gripe up. You gripe to the person above you, so you have somebody to talk to about your feelings, and they kind of talk you off the ledge. Because when you say something to other people, then that kind of makes
it erodes your credibility too.
Exactly,
right?
because then people start looking at you like, well, the people that don't even know who you are, like, why is he acting like that? Then you're leaving it to everyone else to explain their version of what they think it is for you, and then they form their opinion off of that, and then it gets it even worse. So that's what I'm thinking at this point. Literally, it was this snowball effect that hit him, and he was like, screw this, your console's dead. And then everybody was like, then you got the people attacking him saying, well, your career is dead. Well, he actually has a very successful career. Like most of us would trade places with a career like that when you can make that type of money. But it doesn't matter because the stigma that is attached to him in gaming will never go away at this point. Yeah. Unless he completely, doesn't talk about it. That's the thing. You have to go away for a while. So it kind of resets itself, and Mike just can't do that at this point. He doesn't know how to do it.
At that level, even if they royally screwed you over and just did you all kind of dirty and wrong, you can't say it in public. Right? You're supposed to do the deferential nice thing because it's going to come back to bite you later, even if it's true.
Even does anybody people in the future, somebody looking at him as another job prospect in the future, they're going to look at his comments that he's saying about this company as maybe a reflection of what he might do to your company.
Or what's he going to do if it doesn't work well here?
Right.
Yep.
Does anybody know does anybody ever know what happened with, like, Shannon Loftus is no longer with Microsoft no more?
Nope.
Does anybody know what happened? Or is it all speculation? What about Chris Lee when he left Bungie, 343? Does anybody know? Studio head at 343. All of a sudden he's not there. Well, co-studio head with what's her name? Forget her name. She's Bonnie. Not there. Yeah, Bonnie Ross.
Yep.
Now all those people, probably the same thing happened to them, but what happened? They just disappeared. I don't know what happened to Shannon Loftus. I don't know what happened to Chris Lee. I don't know what happened to Bonnie Ross. And all I know is everybody at Microsoft, nobody really gets fired. They just either retire or they just cease to be around anymore. And everybody it's like this enigma. But going back to what you were saying was Mike is not allowing that to happen because he keeps coming back and talking about, like, just talking reminds people that you were someone that was important in that position, and they found they didn't need you anymore, and they got rid of you.
Yep. So real. Hargeet, read that comment from Vixie.
Why didn't Bobby Kotick talk shit about Xbox or Jim Ryan talk shit about PlayStation? Yeah, because they know better not to,
burn bridges.
Sayonara.
He got that severance check. Was like, I'm good.
Hey,
good. Yeah, exactly.
Ryan even got cookies with his face on.
Hey, P. Hines, same thing. P. Hines had that one thing he said about in the email and everything about how does Call of Duty get to go multi-platform and we don't, and he was pissed about it. Ever since that happened and he left Microsoft, you ain't heard one word from him.
He said a couple things.
He did say
he did say a couple things. He did. He did say a couple things. But
even then, again, he did the thinly veiled, like, it wasn't just a direct nasty shot. It was kind of like, hey, think about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Hargeet, your comments? Your thoughts?
Gosh, you guys, basically went over all the stuff in a more diplomatic way. I'm going to be less diplomatic. This guy just needs to shut the fuck up. He's gotten way too out of hand. Talk about your company. Go sell your shit. Stop talking about your ex. I don't know why this keeps happening. He has a ton of emotional damage. That's what this guy is. Emotional damage. Stop it.
Yep.
Stop it. Get over this. My goodness. What has failed? What has failed? Do you see Xbox's revenue going down or up? What's failed? Did PlayStation make money selling this shit on PC? Putting Helldivers on Xbox? Wait. Are they not selling Destiny on Xbox? Where is this coming from? Like, what failed? All the platforms seem to be doing pretty well. Like, what's the issue? Is it not console sales? Is that the big deal? Console sales? The console market's dying. Like, that's not something that's new. We're seeing it from every analyst. They're saying the market's shrinking. Well, what are we supposed to do about that? What are they supposed to do about that? It is what it is. They're the ones telling people, don't buy an Xbox. You can have your TV be an Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
You can have your laptop be an Xbox. You can have a portable be an Xbox. You can buy somebody else's machine and make it an Xbox. They don't care. Use your mobile phone. They're happy. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Just subscribe or buy. Instead of wasting time saying, I want the 30%, they're like, fuck it, I'm going to buy the game and make the 70%. That's what they did. They dropped $80 billion. I just buy the house. Hey, there you go. Have fun. You're going to buy my game. What are the top games on PlayStation? Oh, they're Xbox games. Gee.
Yep.
Who's making the money? Out of that $136 billion, how much of that check went to Microsoft? Did you calculate that out? How about that, Ibarra? How much of that money went to Microsoft? What the fuck is going on here? Get over it. You're a jilted lover. Fuck off. Go do your shit. Shut the fuck up. Take care of your own company and stop talking about Xbox. Get it out your fucking mouth. Just stop. Just stop. How difficult is that? Ignore. How about just don't subscribe to Xbox on your Twitter and don't give two shits what's going on in that company. Because apparently you have a lot of emotions there. Stop it. Just stop it. Get over it.
Agreed.
That is
very well said, Hargeet, as Soltec says.
Get him. That was
Hargeet.
That was good.
That was good. Very true.
And
just as a reminder, another great member of the community, Dark Greedy has already got a couple of good videos up. If you get a chance to watch them, and one of them is his recent one he did a few days ago was all about Mike Ybarra and a couple of different times he put his foot in his mouth, even talking about how he thought it was stupid that the Forte 6 is a timed exclusive instead of coming out day and date. Well, there's probably a couple of reasons for that, but Game Pass getting into Game Pass and pushing their Game Pass for a few months before it comes out to another platform. Maybe that makes sense. But who knows? I mean, he knows so much.
Yeah. Go sub to that man's channel. 14.9 thousand subscribers, almost 15,000. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He said that the studio should let the studio make money. I'm like, you understand Playground was bought by Xbox.
Yeah.
They're not going to make money. It's the publisher that makes the money. What are you even talking about? You were there. You know how that works.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? What are you even talking about? Like, Playground doesn't make a cent. They're already paid.
Yep.
It's Xbox that makes the money. Like, what do you anyway? What is up with this guy? Seriously.
Yeah, he has a chip on his shoulder that is big and weighing him down hard. That's all I can say. Shout out to the over 230 people that are watching us live. Thank you all so much for sticking around. The last thing we'll show up there, then we'll get everybody out the door. But another game just came out. I bought my copy. Haven't played it yet. We'll play it tonight when we get off here. But it's just a little game that came out, and let's see if I can. Let me bring it up here. Yeah, this little game right here just happened to come. Let me bring it on the screen. The M warning alone, intense violence, blood, gore, partial nudity. What could it be?
This anime.
Enough already!
Oh Lord, I already know what this is.
Stop sugarcoating it! So cut the crap and apologize! To me! To Tuco! To Mother! Apologize for all the trouble you've caused us!
The F.
I do quite envy her, though. I can't believe it was her. I have to say, I'm rather jealous. Why her of all people?
I see. For today only, this will be our little secret. But if it happens to remain alive even after today, as your sister, I'll kill you if I must, for his sake as well.
it here. I hate it all. Every part. I'll destroy it all. I hated my father. I didn't really like my mother either.
Holly, did you get this?
No, I'm waiting for a sale. I really want to play this though. I am very excited for this game. Just
Me too.
Just waiting for a little bit.
Yeah.
It looks great. The reviews have been fantastic too.
Yes. Off the charts.
Crazy here. Konami's back.
They are. Back, baby. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hargeet, you getting this? You got it?
It's
No?
horror game. Sorry, not my
I know.
thing.
It's all right. It's okay. We understand.
Don't care.
It's all right. It's all right. You
Forte.
care. It just scares you. It's okay. No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing you. Don't like him. You don't like him. I'm just
I find
messing
it
with
funny.
Yeah,
I find
yeah.
all those things funny.
That's all. It's all good. It's all good. Forte, are you getting this?
I have it through proxy.
Okay. All right then.
Game sharing, I'm assuming.
No. My daughter wanted it, so I bought it on my PlayStation for her.
Ah, got it.
She's Resident Evil, Silent Hill. Soon as she saw this, she was like, "Dad," I was like, "What?" She was like, "Silent Hill. What the F?" I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I bought it for her. So no, the cool thing, I probably won't play it because the thing is, I like watching her because she has like this crazy way about playing horror games. Like she actually played Village, not Village, Resident Evil 7.
Biohazard, I think it was.
Biohazard, yeah. She played it in VR.
7 is, oh my gosh.
Yes, she played it on PSVR.
The game is so scary.
I
couldn't do it in VR.
I came home one day. This is what really got me to like watching her play. So I haven't played a Resident Evil. I've seen it from beginning to end, everything since 7, because the last one I played was 6. I came home one day and she was sitting in the living room in the chair with the VR headset on. It was on the TV, and I was like, and I tapped her on her shoulder and she jumped. And I was like, she's like, "What are you doing?" And this, I think she's 21 now. She was, what, 18 then, probably 17? No, 16. And I was like, "Are you really playing this in VR? Because I can't do it. I would never do it." It's like, no. So ever since that, I've always watched her play it from beginning to end. We literally set up like play times where she tells me, it's like, "Hey, I'm about to play Resident Evil." And I think she actually wanted to stream. So I told her we could stream this one. So I'm going to make her a channel so she can actually like start streaming on it.
Nice.
But, so I did. That's why I mean through proxy, because I already bought it. And she actually is going to start playing it this Tuesday, because that's her next day off work. Because when she plays, she goes like 4, 5, 6 hours. Like, crazy amount. So I'm looking forward to that. But me personally, nah, I'm good. I'm done being scared of stuff like that. Like the psychological horror side of it is enough. I get enough of that. I get enough of that from watching the TV shows I watch. Like I just got through watching Alien Earth, and I'm good.
Oh, so good.
I love that show. That show is awesome. So good.
Nice.
The very end of it was, I don't know where they're going to go from here, though. Kind of weird how they ended it.
There you
I
go.
was trying to think about how that ties into the Alien timeline too.
It doesn't.
The end of it to, yeah.
Yeah, because I think there was 200 years before the first movie, I believe.
I think so. And isn't in the first movie, is Earth even a place?
No, because
Earth is done, right?
No, Earth is still a place because they're traveling back to Earth on the Nostromo.
I didn't know if it was to the moon or
No, they're traveling back to Earth for the Nostromo. Then Alien 2 takes place, well, Aliens takes place on the space station orbiting the moon.
Yeah.
And but you never get back. They don't get back. She doesn't get back to Earth till Resurrection.
Yeah.
Wow.
For the first time. So, but I really, really like the direction of that. It was very refreshing to see the story being told that way. And I actually got my wife watching that with me. She was like super excited to watch Aliens with me again. I was like, cool. But yeah, that's kind of like the extent of my horror at this point now. But that Silent Hill, when I saw just watching you watch that trailer, you being excited. No, I'm good, bro. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm excited.
I'm gonna pay slow-mo to play it though.
There you go. There you go.
He has a tier. He has a tier on his channel for $50. If you subscribe to that tier, he has to play whatever you want him to play.
That's hilarious.
So that's gonna be the game that I think I'm gonna do.
There you go.
He can't stand. He is a. I would use a stronger word.
Oh, okay.
I would use a stronger word, but I'm not going to use it live on air.
You can do whatever you want here. That's all right.
No,
but I got you. He's your friend. You want this your friend? I get you.
I don't want people clipping this and then it being on the internet.
Too late.
Remember, the internet lives forever.
It does. It does. Whew. Anyway, boy, got some clips. Anyway, so guys, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Oh my goodness. And Joey still in the chat. Infinite Umbra's in the chat. We had Fonz in the Fonz Gaming jumped in to say hello tonight. Paris Lily was here. Korkenstein. Holly Holly's here. I'm just kidding. But Holly was in the chat too. But yeah, a lot of great members of the community were here and hanging out with us. We appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching. If you're watching this later, thank you for doing that as well. A couple of quick housekeeping things to go over real quick. We are going to send the show over to Vera Dark. She's doing a live playthrough of Silk Song right now, so we're going to send everybody over there. If you want to stick around just to continue talking and having a little fun with gaming, you can definitely do that. And Spartan, look at that, Hargeet. Look what he did. Welcome, Spartan. I'll let you bring that up on the screen. There you go.
Yeah. Spartan gifts 10 WebDave memberships. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Spartan. We greatly appreciate you, sir. Very, very nice of you. And if you want a membership of your own, it's only $1. That's it. That's all. We just charge $1 here, and you get access to all the cool emojis. Got over 30 of them in there right now. So there you go. And just kind of a side note that coming up later in October, probably about the third week of October, right before Halloween. One of the episodes that we're going to do in Halloween, around Halloween, even though it's Halloween time, what we're going to do is all the super chats or any kind of stuff that we get for that whole episode is all going to be donated to Toys for Tots. We are going to actually get a big thing going on there, and we are donating Toys for Tots, a local. We got to the local version here, and they buy a bunch of toys. A friend of mine at the hospital where I work, and she does that. She does a great job. She collects cans and stuff all year. She gets with the hospital. You imagine how much cans of stuff you get at a hospital. She recycles some stuff, does that. So I decided that we were going to pitch in. We did last year. We were able to give her up to $500 is what we donated last year for Toys for Tots, and able to buy them a ton of toys. She gets a lot of really good discounts and stuff too, because of it's the hospital's non-taxable denomination, whatever you call them, corporate entity or whatever. So they're able to get things. So like stuff that they also get through the hospital, she's able to get those as well. Like she got a couple of cases of those Hot Wheel cars as like for stocking stuffers for some of the kids, and they're like 50 cars in a box to be able to spread them out, as well as other gifts and stuff too. But just things like that she does. She looks for a lot of great deals and stuff, and try and help out the kids around the holidays that don't maybe less fortunate for everybody. So that's that episode's coming up. We'll let you know long ahead of time before that happens, and that'll be a different. As I said, every I'm probably going to end up whatever we get that night, I'm probably going to match it. So we're just going to have a little bit of fun with that and get a good old donation going for the kids. For the kids is what as what the Black Viking would say when he did a lot of great things he did for his local community there as well. So a lot of the great things to do in the community. Love that. Just want to pass that out that we're working toward that. We'll find a little more about that later as we go. A lot of great members of the community, and then not sure who's going to have on next week, but I know it's going to be fun like this exciting panel was tonight. And with that said, we're going to go around the horn. That blue number. Holly, please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you, and what you're going to be doing next.
You can find me on my channel, That Blue Number. I am doing live streams, and also I make videos. I made a couple of videos on the 007 stuff like a week or so ago. One is just a little background, the other one is about the gameplay reveal. And I am going to be doing a whole series on Exodus as we get closer to Exodus, the lore and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that or just gaming in general, then you could follow me. But thank you, Dave, for having me on. It was great to finally talk to Forte in person. And Hargeet, I talk to you all the time, sometimes, but all the time. So it's good to see you too.
Of course.
Awesome.
Always good.
Exactly. Holly, thank you so much for being here. I would like you to, I know you do a couple other shows, and I've got the stuff, some information in your channel is already in the description below of this one, and also it'll be in the audio version as well. But if you have any updated links, I think you did something with DeMarco and stuff like that, but if any updated links that we need to, if you don't mind, put them, just send them to me on X. A message that way I'll update them and drop them in there in the show, or if you want to drop them in live, obviously you can do that as well live, but give them to me that way. I'll put them in the notes. Everybody can find those links as well to find you everywhere. Gaming Forte,
yo,
aka what's up, buddy? How you doing? Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here. Please tell everybody where they can reach out to, where they can find you, and of course your amazing appearances you did with the Iron Lords. And I'm sure that's not the only ones you're going to do, but still, great time, man. Great times for having you on there.
No, yeah, I'll be there. Actually, first of all, I appreciate always being invited on the show, and I'm super happy to see how this show has come together. Even though I don't be chatting in the chat, I'm a firm believer of my view matters. So I always jump in just to let it sit there and listen to you guys in the background while I'm doing stuff if I'm at work or something.
Appreciate that.
And ever since Holly has came on, this has been really, you guys have magic. I really like the direction that you were going with the show. So great job with that. But as always, Gaming Forte, that's the YouTube channel. Officially didn't upload. It's uploading tomorrow. It's coming out in the morning. First channel video in a while, because I told myself I can't let this channel die. I have to start uploading to it again. And just talking about a bunch of different things and what the direction of the channel is going to be in the future. I will be on IOP. There was no IOP this week or last week because they were out, but I'll be there with them next week, grilling them on all of the amazing fun that they had there while they left me here.
Get them.
So I'm going to be hating this whole entire show. But with that being said, like I said, in general, this is great. I appreciate it. I will always come through whenever you ask me to. Like I said, I literally came straight from work and came downstairs, and my camera wasn't even hooked up, by the way, just to let you know that, because my daughter does marching band, so I take that camera to do all the filming for her marching band stuff. It's her first year in high school doing it, so I was like, dang, that's what took me longer, because I would have been ready 10 minutes earlier, but I was like, my camera's not even hooked up, and I can't show up to WEBDAVE show with just an icon on the screen.
There you go.
Deserve more than that. So, but anytime
you
you need me, I'm here, bro. But I appreciate you as always. This is a great show. You guys have really good chemistry, and I don't say that lightly because there's a lot of bad shows out here that I'm not going to talk about.
Thanks.
There are some that need to be revised.
Oh my goodness. All right. On that note, thank you so much. So we do appreciate you greatly, and thank you. I appreciate your time, and but always family first. So I totally get that for sure. But we'll get to Hargeet, my co-host. Man, the show wouldn't be possible without. I guarantee you that. Hargeet, please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you, and also where they can get your book.
Yeah, so my book available shop.chani.us if you want to pick that up. My channel is Hargeet Chani 1. I need to put more content on it myself, but check that out. And then I'll be on with Boom on Wednesday 7 p.m. US Eastern Time with C Money and Doodle 8ish p.m. US Eastern Time Friday. And On Point for Gamers, and then with Fonz on Fonz Gaming Channel on Saturday at 6ish p.m. at US Eastern Time, and we'll be back next Sunday here to go over all the madness.
Exactly. And I guarantee you, there will be some madness coming our way very soon. A few more things. Maybe we've heard some things that are in the works that are coming in the next. I don't know, maybe before the next big event. So we'll see what tidbits start falling the way that we can start talking about. It's so exciting. It's a good time to be a gamer. And don't forget, just a big reminder to everybody, keep that in your back of your mind that next year is the 25th anniversary of the Xbox. What does that mean? What could it mean? It's going to mean a lot. It's going to mean a lot. Forte, you definitely need to make it out to LA, buddy. You definitely need to make it out to LA. You can hang out with us. Sarah Bond will be there. Yeah,
Miss Bond?
Oh, heck. Oh, yeah. Look.
Miss Bond?
There you go. Listen. Let me show you. There you go. Right there on the screen. Can you see that? There's Phil Spencer last year. You see that? Yeah.
I can't stand the way that.
And look at that. Look at right.
Smile. I love you.
Right there.
There she is.
Right. I'm right. Yeah. Look who she's hanging out next to. Casante and WEBDAVE.
Casante's taller than I thought. Well, then again, I don't know how tall Sarah Bond. I mean,
so
Boom is I think 6 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Casante is taller than that, so you can kind of gauge.
Oh, so he's taller than me because I'm only 6 feet too.
Yeah.
There you go. So next year's picture, we'll get you in there. We get the Holly.
Listen, Dave, that is the goal. As much as I talk junk, I was talking to IOP about it, and I was like, I might have to because if it's on the 7th,
mm-hmm.
it will likely be the 7th.
If it's on the 7th, then I most likely can do it. It's just that I always be afraid that I buy this ticket to go to this thing, or not buy the ticket, or plan to go, and then they want to do it literally right around my anniversary date. And I'm sorry. My wife comes first because I have to stay married.
But you'll be home just in time for that celebration.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then guess what? The stakes are higher because then she's going to expect more. Oh, you went on this great vacation. Did you have fun? What did you bring me? Now, she wouldn't ask me that, but that's in my mind. That's what I'm thinking while I'm there.
It'll be worth it.
I'm smart. I'm thinking about all the things that I should be buying her, especially if she doesn't go with me. Now, Hargy has a good point. Bring her with you.
Or Holly.
Holly, that was you that said that. Yeah, bring her with you. So it kind of lessens the blow when you come back home.
Mm-hmm.
But then I still know I'm gonna catch it somewhere. And like when she told me one day I could buy a PlayStation just to buy, like, remember when Xbox every year Xbox comes out, it was the week. Oh, it was PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation 5 and PlayStation Series X came out. It was a week apart again.
Yep.
I came in the house with I didn't come home with a PlayStation because PlayStation came first. My wife looked at me. She said, "Where's your PlayStation?" I was like, "Well, it's a lot of money. The Xbox comes out next week." My wife looked at me, was like, "Go buy your PlayStation. You know you want it." I said, "Are you sure?" She said, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay." And then instantly I started thinking of, I said, what is she going to ask me for in the next 2 or 3 weeks? And guess what it was?
What was it?
We took a trip to Somerset, which is a very nice mall, and she wanted this very, very nice Louis Vuitton purse because
that's way more than a PlayStation.
So guess what? So we had just bought our house, and my wife she's a realist. She said, because we were renting where we were at before, and we bought our house that year. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I was like, yeah, definitely. I mean, I knew this was coming, but then I was like, she said, yeah, I didn't feel comfortable buying $1,000 purse renting from someone else. So when that was like her gift, that was like the gift to herself, like saying we bought a house. So now I feel like I could buy something for myself. And I was like, I told her, I said, is this why you told me to go out and buy a PlayStation? And she said, she just looked at me and never said anything.
Doesn't have to.
So guess what? This is what will happen next year.
Forte, it's going to be so worth it.
It will. Are you going to make it worth it for me?
I'll make it worth it. I even buy you breakfast one day. I'm good on my word. And I bought a whole table full of people breakfast.
We'll coordinate Forte just when it comes down to the time frame. I usually go around the table with everybody and start saying, all right, it's time to start getting those tickets.
Listen,
it's time to start getting that hotel done.
No, you know what? In all honesty, though, that would be a lifelong memorable event to do that, guys, with you. Because I've been trying to do it since 2020.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that I do want to do, and the fact that you guys want me to come is very, very heartwarming and stuff.
Oh, dude, we'd love to have you there. I mean, all the
I definitely want to
there. Paris Lily's there.
This is you gassing me up now. That's what this is. You coming too? Everybody gonna be there. You coming?
Holly,
you coming?
I don't know. I've been there I was there 3 years. I couldn't go this year. So.
Okay, next year is a whole new year. So that means
that it's been my if I'm doing anything, I'm going to LA every year. I just couldn't this year. But
okay, I'll make this for you, Dave. I'll do this for you, Dave. Okay. If you can get Holly, if you can get Holly to commit
this on me.
No. Listen, me and Holly are a tied deal.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Holly,
and then the day that you get her to say yes,
I'm so glad you're going this year, Holly.
The day that you get her to say yes. Now that does now just because she says no doesn't mean I still wouldn't go. I'm just saying
she's going.
There you go.
No, but it's 100% certain if she does it. Because I want to see what the power of WEBDAVE, if he could actually pull this through.
That's not the power of me. It's the power of Hargeet Chani.
Oh yeah, because you talk to her every day. So you
the man.
You can drop little nuances on her every 2 seconds.
Hargeet is the glue that holds all this community together. Don't you know that? Come on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Hargeet's always like, "Hey, I'm getting tickets for the whole group. Do you want one? Like, you should go." He does do the
an amazing coordinator.
Oh, I know. I see the generosity of Hargeet every week in the chat.
There you go.
Yeah,
he's an amazing man. We're glad to have him on here.
Well,
guys, let me
know.
Go ahead. Yeah, we'll keep in touch. We got this thing going for everybody. But guys, thank you all so much for being here. Please don't forget the subscribe button. We're on our way to 4K on subscriptions. We really love to get there sometime, either this year or next year. It would be great to do that. So please, if you don't mind, if you enjoy the content we have here and the banter and all the good times and fun, please hit the subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell icon so you don't miss a show, because we are here every Sunday. Only Sunday we miss is the Super Bowl. That is it. And because who's going to watch this when we got the Super Bowl to watch? Who knows? But anyway, we're going to be here for this. So please, everybody, please don't forget to hit the like button and be nice to everybody, because, we want them to be nice to you. Thanks for joining us here on the Gamers Council.
Game over.
Yo, please hit the like button.